I have been so ready to push that live button to come live with you for this spiritual business book marketing on YouTube masterclass with me, Iona Mead, here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So today I will be sharing with you my masterclass. And if you want homework and bonuses, then you'll see the link in the description, in the cards, where you can register for the spiritual business book marketing on YouTube free masterclass and what I call my bank 50K in 50 days homework. So what you will see is at the Soul Legacy TV, at the Soul Legacy Academy.com, you /courses/masterclass, you will see that you can register for the homework and bonuses. I will share my screen and pop that link up for you. So here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, and the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. So I will repurpose this YouTube masterclass and I will pop it into the replay. It is in a playlist as well. And I go live here on my YouTube channel on the last Monday of the month. So you can watch the replay and then you can join me live on the last Monday of the month, because I will be doing this live to give you guys a chance to answer any questions. And I just pressed go live. So you will see again, that is the spiritual business book marketing on YouTube masterclass and bank 50K 50 days challenge. And so this, if you're new to me and you're like, what is the bank 50K 50 days challenge? I'm going to share it more. So we're going to do it vibrationally first, so don't be scared. But we are actually, I'm going to share with you how to build your spiritual business with book marketing and actually create the back end of your online spiritual business so that you have a model, not only what I call $1 million a year framework, right? You're like, oh my gosh, but a bank 50K in 50 days model. And we're going to start, you might start scrappy, but I am here to support you. So let me just share my screen. And so when you pop on live, let me know and I will pull your comments up in the comments thread. And if you are watching on replay, then please do comment, give this some love, like this video or share it out. I really appreciate that. So the spiritual business book marketing on YouTube. So this is, it does what it says on the tin. This is a free 4-hour live training. And so I say set out some time. What I would say, actually, one of my students was on Facebook and she said, what time is it? And I said, actually, put it in your diary, the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. I'm going to get your diary out because I'm actually going to give you dates and different things where I have some free teaching for you to continue on your journey with me, and also to get your business organized throughout the rest of 2025 and hit 2026 with the ground running. All right. So if you've gone to any of my other teachings, this is a follow on. And if you are here in the beginning of the journey of just getting to know me, then I do have a lot of bonus gifts and free teaching for you, because I made a vow when I figured this out, I would share it far, wide and deep. So one, you're going to need a spiritual business, otherwise you wouldn't want to spend 4 hours with me. Two, you're going to want to actually write a book or co-author a book with me, or be co-authoring a book with me. And 3 or 4, you want to be utilizing the power of YouTube. And you might not know about that yet. And I'm going to share my book that I've written about book marketing, because I figured this out because I wanted to market my own book, right? And so my book, if you don't know, is called Spirit. I've got 3 ring lights on me. Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. And inside this book, if you are a book reader, please take a photo with you and send it to me at Iona at soullegacyacademy.com. That's my email. And leave a review on Amazon. I would love that. But inside the book, there's a 5-day course that will share with you the beginnings of what I'm sharing with you here. So that will be the next step that you take after this masterclass. Okay. So purchase the book on Kindle Unlimited. Kindle is $5.55. and the paperback is $15.55. And I gift you a $55 coupon code inside the book to actually give you some clarity around starting on YouTube. Okay. So if you want to know what the next step is, that is it. And I will give you before the end of this masterclass, if you do purchase that, some Q&A for that 5-day self-study challenge. All right. So you get the book, you get a free course inside of it. And then before the end of this challenge, I'm going to give you $111 Q&A. Take some notes. I have my journal, blank notebook, and a spiral notebook, right? This is everything that I'm sharing with you was me going through my spiritual awakening. It was me. Hey, Natalie. It was me going through my spiritual awakening and trying to figure out, like, how do I get my gifts out there? And I've created a whole business model and a whole process for you. So Natalie's here. Hey, love. And Hyacinth's here as well. Thank you so much for joining me. And anyone watching on the replay, then welcome. Just say hi in the comments anyway. So let me dive into this. Again, it's 4 hours, so you're going to need to set aside some time. If at any point you're on live and you're like, do you know what, dude, I've got to go for a bathroom break, it's fine. There's a replay. If you're watching on the replay and you're like, I can only do 2 hours, there's no way can I sit for 4 hours. Just give yourself this time. Pause, do what you need to do. It's absolutely fine. So if you're watching on the replay, you have an opportunity to put me on, put the playback speed on a 1.25 so you can get through this faster. Okay, let me go through my slides real quick and introduce this class. And I do have a lot of windows open, and I'm going to share some of those and put the context around this masterclass for you. All right, so again, your book, your spiritual business, you might not like marketing, call it the M word and think, oh my gosh, but if you've been on my 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, you'll be a little bit different. But and I'll share with you how to get that as well. It's a free training. So I say your spiritual business and your book, you've got to want to write a book or co-author a book, etc. It's education, right? You can agree that it's education. And so what we can do is education marketing. So I teach you to educate your students, and YouTube is a beautiful platform for that. People are in learner mode versus Facebook and the other social media platforms. They're in lazy mode. They couldn't care less. They're not typing into those platforms a how to. So you're going to sit in the space of being, yes, that coach, that spiritual teacher, sharing your spiritual gifts and presenting to your audience, right? Okay, so this teaching is for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, entrepreneurs, and soul-guided influencers doing their light work in the world. If that is not you, then I would not want to waste your time. It's not for you. But if it is for you, you're going to love it, all right? I'm going to just move my my screen over. And again, if you guys got any comments, just say it makes sense or yes or whatever it is, or ask any questions and I'll come back to those comments in a second. And so what I also call relationship marketing on YouTube. Have you ever thought of your business as in, oh, well, I'm going to educate? When people type how to in YouTube and Google, they want to be educated on something, right? How do I do this? Or what does whatever mean? Or a definition. Have you typed into YouTube certain things and got the answer? And you're like, oh my gosh, you've got an education free from YouTube. And then relationship building and relationship marketing is not really talked about it that much. And so when you create a movement with your book and you marketing, not just on YouTube, online, getting featured on interviews, podcasts, radio summits, etc. I'm going to share with you more about movement marketing and book marketing, but you're building a relationship with the people that you're here to serve, and you build a relationship in your book. And so for those of you who've got my book, many of you are like, you're speaking to me in my book, because I was. And so it's a really beautiful way to educate and build a relationship beyond the book. And I am someone who stands for, with the Soul Legacy TV Press, YouTube public and published YouTube promotions agency, taking your readers from your book and into your world. And how we do that is by putting a course inside your book, and we put the back end of your business and have what I call calls to conversation, meaning let's come and build a relationship with me. And this will make more sense as we go through. Let me know if it's making sense so far. And so I am Iona Maid, if I didn't say, and I consider myself a low vibration teacher and 4-time #1 bestselling author, speaker, spiritual lifestyle and success coach. And I've recently owned that because I wanted to have a spiritual lifestyle, and after my awakening there's nothing else that would do, just being really conscious. And I used to fear success, and so I used to fear selling, and I used to fear failure. And now I teach spiritual business success, so your success is my success, and vice versa. So I am an online business model mentor, spiritual based coach, and a book-based coach, and passive income strategist, and I'm owning all of it. Also the producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, and the creator of the Soul Legacy Launch, Blueprint, author, and authority media program and mastermind. So Hyacinth says, makes sense. So Natalie and Hyacinth, thank you. You came on to 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, and just to connect what I'm sharing with you, this model is a model that I've been downloaded to share with light workers who want to get their gifts out in the world. And so it's taken me a really long time. It's taken me over a decade to distill and learn and share it with you, as in, we're not going out there and just building a list. We're not going out there and the money's in the list. Let's go out there and add transformation with education and building relationships. And so for you guys coming to my, and thank you for your testimonials, for you guys coming to my 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge on my YouTube channel, which is part of the message from my book. And then I'm like, come to the masterclass. And then I'm like, well, if you get the book, there's a 5-day challenge inside the book, and then I'm going to give you Q&A. So what point have you thought like, oh, I'm just on a list? You don't. You feel like, okay, she's got me. We've got our monthly calls. You guys get to know each other. You guys get to go through the journey together. I'm educating and also relationship building and offering a one-on-one breakthrough session because I care, right? And so it's a model that I've been downloaded to and gifted to give you. So let me okay, hang on. Let me know in the YouTube comments where you are watching from. And again, if you're watching on the replay, so I'm going to speak to you guys because you're live, but I'm also going to speak into the replay. And that's like a teaching point for you. It doesn't matter whether there's 1 person, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people on with you. You're going to repurpose whatever it is that you do. So if you guys are up for the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, let me know. I'm going to go through my slides, let you know what we're going to cover here today. And then I'm going to open some of the windows that you see at the top of my screen. I've got loads of windows just to put this into context, some downloads today. And then we'll dive back into the slides, okay? So lesson 1. So Hyacinth is from New York. New York, thank you. So I know that my students are literally from all over the world, and I know that many of you guys are like, let's go global, baby. So lesson 1 in this masterclass, right? And this is the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. This is the teaching that is going to lead into that challenge, okay? So pay attention to what I'm saying in terms of write down lesson 1, speaking via video. It's not you just hiding behind closed doors. You're going to need to speak via video. And I never wanted to either. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't love camera. So this is the lesson, speaking via video. Hey, Barbara, how are you doing? Beautiful. Reclaim your radiance with Barbara. Okay. And so what I am going to share with you guys, and again, it's in my book, is to do your handle at your YouTube channel and then your tagline. So mine's at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So whatever your YouTube channel name is, and then reclaim your life with reclaim your radiance with Barbara. I love that. All right, so lesson one, how to fearlessly, you might be fearful at first, and effortlessly design what I call your integrity-based video content. This is my video content. This is me just creating a video on YouTube. From the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, that was me just creating 7 videos and inviting you guys along this journey with me. And I feel very blessed that you have joined me for this long, and it is hours. You know, people say, I don't have time. Time is the most precious thing that you can give. So I really do appreciate that. So if your videos feel integrity based, then your guys are gonna share their time with you as well. So how to fearlessly and effortlessly design your integrity based video content to immediately showcase your soul guided influencer status, right? Becoming a soul guided influencer, meaning downloading what your soul is here to express on this earthly plane, as in your life purpose, right? Your calling. Nobody can take that away from you, and you can't suppress it. You've got to then fulfill it, right? And so I've tried many times, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So you can speak directly to your high paying, what I call your high paying soul clients, and drive your online media and video presence. And by high paying, it's not about outpricing everybody. It's not about like calling people high end and low end clients. I can't stand that. It's like nobody's a low end and a high end client, right? So high paying clients. And that means that you give whatever you need away for free. You get have a self-study package, and I'll share this on my one-page plan that I will give you to download as one of the bonuses for this masterclass if you don't have it already. And then you have a higher price point with a place to come closer to you and possibly do a virtual retreat or an in-person retreat, right? So retreats are not cheap. So high paying, meaning you'll focus on that on there for your Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, but you'll also have different levels of packages so that people are not outpriced, and you offer stuff for free, which is just really beautiful. So the second lesson is serving via video. So notice that the speaking via video, here I am, and I'm just saying that I'm serving what I am serving about. I'm not reading. There is like a presentation and some notes, but I'm literally just speaking into that because I've done this for a really long time. And I'll show you my first ever webinar, because I was terrified to do that, to speak via video and to serve via video. And I don't know if you've seen it in the Masterclass bonuses, but there is my first ever webinar. And it's actually 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, November, I think, 2015. Right. And so I didn't do another one for 5 years because people said, oh my God, that was flawless. It was just amazing. And I was like, how am I going to top flawless? I didn't do another one for 5 years, and it was amazing. And I made 2K on it. Like, I know. But I did come offline. Anyway, serving via video, how to fearlessly and effortlessly create what I call your problem solving soul work to connect soul to soul with your high paying soul clients and fellow soul guided influencers every single time you share your message online and on video. So problem solving, meaning you're going to need to know the problem that your guys have in order to solve it. And if you don't know the problem that your guys have, it's a problem that you've already solved because you've figured it out, and then you give them that solution. It's not anything out there. It's not anything new that you have to learn. It's looking back of where you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, packaging up what you've already done and enrolling students in it. That's the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. It doesn't get complicated. The third lesson that I'm going to share with you throughout these 4 hours is signing up via video. And this is the one where you might like, and switch off. But you're going to sign up via video, meaning via, so this is me, a masterclass. I'm going to make you an offer. You know that. I've made you a free offer. Buy my book, and then I'm giving you value, etc. I have ethical bribes. So I feel really good about signing up via video. I'm like, absolutely get the book. It's amazing. I love it. It took me so long to write it. But if you do, here's my gift to you, and here's another gift to you. So I just don't feel like I'm selling, I'm enrolling and readers and building my readership community. And that for me feels off the charts, right? So signing up via video, you can't leave any of these 3 out, the 3 lessons, for a reason. And you're going to get good at all of them. give yourself time to do this. So I say how to fearlessly and effortlessly make what I call a no-brainer value offer. No brainer, like you'd do it if you're offering your services and you wouldn't even pay. Stop it. So to make a no-brainer value offer to your high-paying soul clients to work with you in your new, your existing, or your evergreen leverage soul signature system. It's video based, an online teaching platform. That's one of the reasons why I had to come off the Facebook platform with the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, because people were like, it was a Spiritual Businesswoman Network, and people were like, well, I kind of not sure if I want to be in business. And then, so this is not going to work for somebody that's not in business. And then it's like, well, I kind of want to write a book, or I kind of don't really want to reach out to anybody new, or I kind of, and it's like, no, if you offer the right no-brainer offer, meaning 10 times the value that you ever ask anybody to invest with you, then that's a no-brainer offer, right? I've just made you a no-brainer offer. I've said, if you purchase my book, right, on the Kindle Unlimited, or you, I'm going to come to your comments in a minute. If you purchase my book, this is Book Marketing, My Style, the Iona Mead's Soul Guided Influencers Way. You purchase this book for $5.55. I'm in the UK. That's a hit for me. I think it's like £4.71 or something by the time they've taken that, whatever. And I'm going to give you a coupon code for a course that's worth $55. Hello. And I've had students say it should be 555. I go, I know. And then if you have Q&A questions, I'm going to give you a Q&A over 5 days, and the first Monday to Friday of the month. The next one is October. So get your diary out, October at 7:30 p.m. UK time, right? I will give you the coupon code. Get your diary out, right? And mark that in. The first Monday to Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. UK time. I will give you the link and stuff, but just the next step from this, get the book. That's a no-brainer offer, right? Is that a no-brainer offer, or is that a no-brainer? And inside that challenge is another $55 off my 12-week bootcamp. And that in and of itself, when the first time that I sold it and made 2K on my first ever webinar, it was $1,000. Like and that was a no-brainer offer then, because I offered 12 months of implementation support, meaning one call, 90-minute call a month, which was called Walk Your Talk Mastermind then, right? So I teach you guys to be in integrity when you are offering your services. Does that sound good? Let me know if that sounds good. Give me some engagement. Comment on this video because you're live. YouTube love it, right? They're like, oh, she's sharing gold. Comment. Barbara says, you are very generous with your offers and support, Iona. So a great model for us in that sense. Thank you. Because we feel out of integrity. We don't want to market. We're like, oh, the M word. But when we've got a movement, one, we care. And two, when you're serving one to many, it feels electric. It feels so empowering. And for this challenge, for this masterclass, I'm going to do it again next month. I've got my slides, I've got my windows open. I just have to show up. And so it gives me a focus throughout the month to say, do you know what? Come to our monthly call. If you want to sign up as a co-author, here I have a group call. If you want to learn how to, I just messaged somebody that's in our group, and they were like, oh, I didn't really want to be in the group. I'm just going to focus on my writing on their own. I'm like, cool. But if you want some book marketing and you want to learn how to market your book on YouTube, then my link is always in my profile. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just love it. Thank you. Diary at the ready. So Barbara knows. Get the diary at the ready. So the first Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. UK time, because you guys are here, you've got that. And I think, to be fair, because you came on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge and you guys are co-authors, if you look in your email, you're probably going to see that. But make sure, go through the process of scheduling on it anyway. But I think I've scheduled you guys on it, and you'll get an email confirmation and 48-hour reminder a day before, 24 hours reminder, and 2 hours reminder. Okay. And that for me, it's scheduled out for the next 7 years. Marketing for me and making a no-brainer offer and leveraging my time is just really, really powerful. So Hyacinth says, awesome. Thank you. That way I know that you guys are paying attention. I'm going to go faster. All right. So I invite you to stay present in this presentation, remove any distractions, and do take notes. Okay. Write anything down. And so again, on the replay, write anything down. Please do come and comment as well. This is going to be in the replay in the Soul Legacy Academy for you. So do you have, and this is like a few questions, so you can write down the question and then answer them for yourself. And then those are the things that you're going to work on. And then you can write in the comments as well, if that's okay. So what I would say is and I know the answer for your questions for those of you who've been on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, but if you haven't, then these kind of questions will be a little bit new. So do you have an author and authority media platform? Yes or no? Do you have an online video presence? Have you done video before? Do you have what I call a freebie problem solver, meaning something that is offering to solve the problem that your guys have? And I don't mean guessing to solve the problem. Do you actually have that offer ready to go? And do you have a soul signature system, meaning the steps in your program that you're like, yeah, come on, sign up today. We can go, I can work with you. So I'm going to share with you those things today and how you can get them. So what I would say is the most direct soul path to the soul guided influencers way. That's my way of having a successful spiritual business on YouTube, online, as an author and authority is probably not what you think. And you guys will probably have more of a hint because you are my students as well. So I'm going to go over to my screens because I want to share with you an invitation as a reader. And I actually want to share with you this model and knock off some of those windows so that my computer doesn't crash. That is me just being very transparent. And so you have an invitation as a reader. And I know that all of you on here are readers. So again, if you're watching on the replay, and you want to become a reader, I would love that. And if you want to join me in my book club on Facebook or Telegram, I'm on Telegram really. The Facebook group is just there because it's just there. And I can invite you guys to events and stuff, but I'm on Telegram. So, so again, my book it's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencers compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube, which is a long ass title. And I'll share with you guys how to write your own book and do a tagline, but not as long as that one. I am long in everything that I do. But to invite your readers again to come out off the pages in your book and into your book club. So that's exactly what I am going to do. All right. So yes to all those questions. You've got the freebie problem solver. And I mean the one that's aligned with your movement, not the one that you thought that you had. And are people interested in it? Are people signing up? Are you putting it out there? How are you marketing it? Thank you. Yes, I have most of them, but still working on the author and authority platform and refining the things too. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So what I will do is just go over here. I won't be able to see any comments for just a second. I'm just going to go over to where my slides are. So spiritual business book marketing, my invitation to you as a reader and a student of mine is obviously subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get this live, the next live on the last Monday of the month. So why would you want to attend again? I think there's new things come up as you up level, but for those of you who are watching on the replay, I will do it live and you'll find it on my YouTube channel here at Soul Legacy TV. Okay, so my YouTube channel, we did the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, yay, which is talking about your movement, your author and authority platform. If you don't have things all figured out, thank you, Barbara and Natalie and Hyacinth, you are in here, but it wasn't a YouTube short because it was over 3 minutes and I hadn't planned to or asked for YouTube shorts as testimonials, but I do really appreciate those. Thank you. And so I've got my book launch video. So spiritual business book marketing. Every time I share a video, I either share my journal as my companion journal that goes with my book, or I share my book. So marketing on YouTube, that means that you can build your author and authority platform with the back end of your business in mind and your book in mind. And your book is the thing that is leading. And you'll see people do this out there in the industry and not really have known what they're doing. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. I'm going to shut down some of these windows as well. And so for those of you who know me by now, I have like a Momentum app, or it's not mine, but I download the Momentum app. And so it gives you a lovely picture in a lovely place. And then I do my tasks, although I haven't done those for a little bit. I've just got on with it. So my main goal today would be my masterclass. And listen to this, watch this, or read this. Oh, and it's by Robin Sharma, who has the focus of the 5 a.m. club. Hello mentions him. So it says, and I will mention him actually in a quote in this training. He says, stop managing your time, start managing your focus, right? So get your diary out, stop managing your time, start managing your focus, right? And so what you do with your time. So this obviously is the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. Again, I'm going to share with you guys to create a business and on YouTube and start your YouTube channels with a 7-day challenge. Okay. And so thank you for all of those of you who came on with me live, and then Robin came on the replays. So I really do appreciate that. So when you're marketing on YouTube, what the beauty of it is people, you can target the people that would be relevant to your book with key search terms, and I'll go into that. But also people watch it on the replay and they can find it easily. And you can download the videos and upload them to other platforms or stream them on other platforms. And I'm going to share with you how I got the notification that some of my lives are going to be deleted off the Facebook platform. If you don't know that, Facebook are kind of deleting stuff after 30 days. So Robin says, I'm grateful you taught me how to leverage and repurpose content. Robin also says, she's my movement maker, the daily videos, walking your talk, brilliant. I love your book. You make it easy to follow and the steps and a flip back as needed. She says, thank you for being in my corner too. She says, it's great because I can now just update my Google Doc that I give you guys for everyone each year. Genius. You can do the same for your challenges on YouTube, right? So it's a clear way of communicating on the YouTube channel. But you see that when you have students coming onto your YouTube channel, it's clear when people have been working with you. She's endorsing me. I hadn't asked her to. She just watched the replay, and you guys commenting. It's a way to share when as social proof. One, that you're an authority, that you're building your spiritual business on YouTube. But two, the things in your book actually work. And so your guys will endorse you. If you've got any questions or comments, I will come back to them. I've got like lots of bunches of screens, windows in my face right now. So Linktree, if you guys heard of Linktree, I don't have the app Linktree, but I keep seeing people have it. So it's a link in your bio built for you. And it says join 70 million people using Linktree. That means they've got different links, right? Link in the bio. One link to help you share everything you create and sell from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and the social media platforms. I don't know if you want to use it. It might be amazing. I don't personally. But one of the things that I've noticed that people put on their link trees are they're quite random stuff, not those calls to conversation, not building an author and authority platform. For me, right now, and I will share this. Hang on. I just want to. So one of the things that I want to share with you is that I've got a welcome because I've been joining podcast groups so that I can feature my book on podcasts. We've got this masterclass. So if you're in one of my groups, I would have invited you to this or shared it. Kinship foster care, because I used to be a foster carer. What you're spending your time on and you're focusing on will show up here. I've got somebody interested in the co-author book series. Barbara's mentioned in the Movement Marketing Media Kit, and I can't find what I actually came. Oh, this one. Your video for September the 2nd will be deleted on Thursday. Like, why would you just not use the YouTube platform, stream it out, then download it, and then put it onto Facebook? Then that solves that, right? So the link in my bio, which I share with you, as a student, and I've just put some training into, and I will be updating the training in the Soul Legacy Academy. So I've got a link to my YouTube channel and to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that's what I'd said to the lady when she said, "Oh, you know, I'm not really interested. I'm going to just focus on my writing." And I said, "If you would like some support on marketing your book on YouTube, their link is in my bio, right? And I'm about to do my masterclass." So regularly, as I'm going out there and I'm getting featured, or I'm marketing, or I'm connecting with my soul clients, that is there. So you're like, why would you do it? Because if I do it one time in a year, then let's look at that. We're having trouble, really. That if I do it one time in a year, that's it. And if I just put it on Linktree, it's not a subscription button. You can put your subscription button on your Linktree if you want to. I've got all of my links here on Facebook, and so I teach, and it's not all links just to like my business. It's links to the things that I feel like are important to me, like raising money for cancer research, Charity Water, GoFundMe, and my granddaughter's safe haven, etc. So use your links wisely wherever you are using them, and I'm going to share with you just a second. So I was just saying to Barbara, if you're in my new group, then I will have invited you to this masterclass. One of the things I'm going to talk about is, hang on, I saw an ad for T. Harv Eker, and I think it's gone. T. Harv Eker's, it says "Think Like the Rich in 3 days," something like that. Millionaire Mind. I'll talk about him as well. It's had a big impact on me. If you are a reader, we have a book launch club, and you can join that in the masterclass. And again, I will share with you this training, and I will share with you the live Q&A, the upgraders Q&A that I'm gifting you guys. All the links are going to be in the book launch club. And so if you are like, "Oh, Iona, I don't know, where's this, where's that," just join the book launch club. You can ask any questions. And as you go through the book, I will share book launch videos, and I will also share, I will also share the chapters of the book so you can go through it together. And again, if I'm teaching you how to write your book, I'm going to teach you in this way to actually have a place for your readers to go through your book. So there's 11 chapters of my book. So as you go through them, and if you're going through them with a book buddy, then there's a space in the group to go through it together and share what it is that you got out of it. All right. Hopefully that helps. One of the things that I want to share with you, and again, I can't see anything, and let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you've joined or you are going to join. I wanted to share this: 5 reasons spiritual businesses struggle and fail. Now, this is a new link, and I read I read all of the article, but I'm not going to read all of it. I'll just read a couple of snippets. Let me know if any of this resonates. Just put resonates. You don't have to put which part. So as a spiritual business owner, he says, fire warning, if you're a spiritual business owner, and I didn't say it, this guy did. I happen to agree, though. I think it was a guy. Who is struggling, it might not be, apologies, struggling. This article may touch some key points as to why you are, and may piss you off as well. My intention is to deliver a real picture. Let me see what you can see. Is that you can see this? Yeah, you can. Let me know if anything resonates. My intention is to deliver a real picture of what I've consistently been seen work and not work. The online world is vast with up and coming new age and spiritual leaders and stars. This is a very good thing, and even greater for the world. Now, more than ever, our world needs leaders like you. I agree. And getting clarity on these 5 things, you stand a greater chance of success, giving you the advantage. Now, if you have a fear of success, it's like, you might be doing these things as a sabotage. So number 1, let me know. You can write the number in there. 1, personal money beliefs are weak and getting weaker without proper action. Your own money beliefs may be keeping you broke, sabotaging you before you even get started, right? And I will give a link to this if you want it. Worries, etc., charging for your services, etc. Number 2, 5 reasons why spiritual businesses fail and keep you stuck. And I talk about writing your articles. And so you'll see when you write your articles and publish them online, you're speaking to your readers as well. So building your author and your authority platform and pointing everybody back to the back end of your business. All right. So when you know who you're talking to, it strikes and it hits home. Number 2, routinely seek approval and input from energy vampires. If your own self-confidence is in question here, following up on whether you believe in your own goods and services from a great indicator about your own self-doubts. If you are constantly seeking approval, or if you're waiting for it to be perfect, the perfect product at the perfect whatever, and that may delay, and your seeking approval might delay your own success. All right. There's lots of gold in this, but I won't harbor on about it. You might be getting the picture. Number 2, fail to set up daily practices and systems. And all of what I'm going to share with you actually combats this, because when you know what it is to have that spiritual business success, then you can identify the things that like we need to work on. And there's no shame in there. There's no like blame in there. There's no like, oh my gosh, I'm really doing this. It's just being aware. It's having self-awareness. Fail to set up daily practices and systems. Visualization. So I have the vision board challenge, 1 week to create a badass virtual business vision board, right? And I have my daily lives to help you with this, right? Every single day, right? So daily practices and systems, visualization, affirmations, and positive thinking is a common practice among spiritual entrepreneurs and good ones to have and keep, but not enough to build a business alone, right? It's action, inspired action as well. They are always something to do and can overwhelm and quickly but overwhelm can quickly sneak into your day. Every day, and this is a write a downer, write a list of the minimum of 5 things that must be tackled that are aligned with your greater vision. So you got to have this vision in the first place, right? In other words, a list that must hold high value tasks, and it's not checking emails. So I will share with you those higher value tasks, right? So 4, it says ignore daily effective marketing. Don't build links, build relationships. Hello. Commit to accomplishing daily practices of action orientated tasks to grow your business. Are you doing that? Right. And then weekly, and then monthly, and then annual tasks, right? This includes allocating time and managing and growing your social media presence and I love this, participating in areas on social media where you give and be of value, like Facebook groups, my groups. This is different from simply posting on your page or promoting your products, right? I know you guys know that, but like really sometimes we need to be told. Marketing is the oxygen of your business. Without it daily, you cannot survive. Can you live a day without oxygen? So marketing is not sleazy, right? It's been given a bad reputation. So the 5th thing is, you've probably all hopped off here by now, lack of education. How valuable was it for you to learn your methods for your spiritual business? Reiki, tapping, hypnosis, meditation, health and wellness. I'm laughing. Did learning them help you overcome a challenge? Did it move you to learn more and now help you teach others? Education is vital to your success, always and in all ways. So if you are so moved to invest, learn to study, practice, and that which moves you to continue to help others in your spiritual business. So it's basically saying investing to learn about not just having a degree, but learning about website design, email management, social media, marketing. Yes, marketing is in landing pages, sales copy, ebooks, funnels, and the importance about me pages, mission statements, business accounting and taxes, etc. Right? So bottom line, the moment you expose everything that you don't know, you know what to do, right? Over the years, I've personally invested 30K in my own spiritual business education. It's been worth every single penny. He says, or he or she, I don't even know who it is. So big shout out to you. It sounded like a he voice, Stephen Atchison. I don't know how to say his name, but thank you. Wow. Was that in? Oh no. He's also the creator of a blog, which has been running up and running since 2006. Does any of that resonate with you? I'm going to come in and check in, and then I'm going to go faster. Okay, let me know if any of that resonates with you. Thank you. Yes, I've heard of Linktree. I've used it before. And let me know what is on your Linktree. Does any of those resonate with you? Say 1, 2, 3, etc. Have any of you heard of Alex Hormozi? Alex Hormozi did 100, no, is that 100 million money models live launch. He was on YouTube, right? Alex Hormozi has got 3.69 million YouTube subscribers. What many people don't know about Alex Hormozi is that he, well, basically he's selling a book and he's getting other people to buy the book. But he had his podcast on YouTube for 3 years before anybody even sniffed at him. They didn't even notice him. But he had that, and it says 10 hours I was present for the whole thing. People were there. He was talking about a lot of things. 7 hours on YouTube, right? This live stream was 7 hours. We're here for 4. I'm here for 4 every single month. Like, it's not just that one-off launch, and I'd already done this, but I love that he'd done it. So let me just go through this just a little bit. I'm not going to give you the content of this, but what I want to say is, if you're like doubting, like, oh, YouTube, I don't want to use YouTube. This lady says, basically, I love YouTube. Why posting on YouTube can change your life even without any views. So even when you're looking at me and you're like, okay, only 3 people are on live, oh, only blah, blah, it changes your life. And she says it's mental resilience, craft improvement, digital portfolio, algorithm feeding, community need, impact, reward, and conclusion. It's not just about the views, it's about you honing your craft. And again, this playlist, there I am live, but I will share some videos and put it in the playlist. But the next time I do this will be in 28 days. I'm holding myself accountable and moving through my business. And this is what I call my enrollment spot. I'm going to share a couple more things and I'm going to dive back into my slides. So for those of you who don't know me, this is the soullegacyacademy.com. So I've got my book and my co-author book series on my banner. And so when it's focusing on business and the back end of your business and learning business, what is your business model? What does it look like now? And what do you really want to create with your movement? And so I have where you can purchase 555, my YouTube from Scratch challenge, which is a gift to my readers. So this is the next step that you will go into. And you might see this in your dashboard if you've already got into that. And the Masterclass bonuses are in here as well. We've got a monthly call in here as well. All right. So everything that I do is in one spot for you. Conveniently, even if you're like, I'm dead confused. And so I've just created this group, and thank you for guys for doing the testimonials. I've just created this new group and it's called Women Entrepreneurs in Business, Marketing, Collabs and Referrals. And the reason why I created that is because we want to have a community of people that we're speaking to. When we're doing the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, in which you guys know, we're doing it vibrationally first, but we're actually doing it with real people. We're having an invitation to our monthly calls. We're having an invitation to our one-on-one sessions. We're having an invitation to our whatever it is that you're building. And so when you're known as an authority and an author, or you're building that up, you can create what I call a stat group, a Soul Tribe avatar profile group. And I noticed that on when we were doing the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, many of you are like, I know Facebook's wonky. Do I even need one? Blah, blah, blah. But I have actually put some training in the Soul Legacy Academy around creating this, why I created it, how I created it, and what I use it for. And I think you're really going to love it. So, light worker, are you a light worker? So doing your light work in the world. So some things might resonate with you online, like, oh, I don't want to market my business. But if you're a light worker, you're here to do light work in the world. And so a light worker is a term for an individual with a deep sense of desire to bring positivity. So whatever group of people that is to bring, that's my stat. Those are the things that I'm passionate about. So what you're passionate about. Desire to bring positivity, healing, and higher consciousness to the world, often acting with a strong sense of compassion and purpose. Is that you? Type yes, I'm a light worker. They use their skills and energies to help others, right? But you also want to help yourself with your business model and having that spiritual business and life work balance. uplift humanity, and raise the planet's overall vibration. That is what we're here for. We're here to get out of our own way, write our book, and actually be present online. Yes? Can I get an amen? All right. So lightworkers aren't limited to specific roles and can be found in various professions, from healthcare to creative fields, all driven by a spiritual calling to serve and create lighter, brighter reality for everyone. I know that's what you're here for. And so the characteristics of a light worker are there. And again, if you want that link, I will give it to you. My vision of really making a difference was on my vision board. And again, you start with that vision, right? So I began with the end in mind. I keep telling this story because it's just lit and it's just manifesting now, and I love it. And so for those of you who don't know, I've got a barn conversion on my vision board, and so I'm going about manifesting it. And so I love this one. It's just epic. So I have a vision of having your books, my students' books, on my in my barn conversion in a floor to ceiling library. Have you ever like had a vision of a library? I love books. Like, I've got learning dyslexia. I'm not sure why, but I do love books, like floor to ceiling of books, just absolutely everywhere. Like, this is me visualizing and sitting in that space of book marketing and sharing as the publisher for the Soul Legacy TV press. That is why I'm asking you guys if you want to feature in my Core for Book series and actually write your own book. I've began with the end in mind. And so Stephen Covey, I know that you guys will have heard of this habit. Let me know if you are familiar with this habit. Habit number 2 of 7. Begin with the end in mind is about having a plan. If we don't make a conscious effort to visualize who we are, what we want in life, then we empower other people and circumstances to shape us instead. This habit is about identifying where we want to go and who we want to be. Does that resonate with you? Right? I'm going to say it in a different way, with beginning with the end in mind. With that in mind, let's explore Stephen Covey's second habit, begin with the end in mind. It emphasizes the importance of defining where you want to go before taking steps to get there. So that is why I have the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, and I also have the Vision Board Challenge. When you guys are sharing what it is that you do in your modality, you'll have 2 areas. One, say for me, having spiritual business success, but that success means having balance in all areas of your life. So that's the vision. So those 2 things go together. One does not happen without the other. You will have something that you do, and your guys are missing the other piece, and you bring it together for them. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to come back to the slides. So have you heard of all 7 of his habits? I think they were on here. I want to actually go through all 7. Hang on. Let me see. What are the habits in order? The list of habits. Okay. Habit number 1 is be proactive. Habit number 2, I had this book. I found it on like a book sale, like a stall, like in the street. Be proactive. Habit number 2 is 1. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Habit number 3, this is the 7 habits of highly effective people. Habit number 3, put first things first. Think win-win-win. Seek first to understand and then be understood. Synergize and then sharpen the saw. They actually had the actual definitions next to this, but I won't dwell on it. So you guys know legacy building versus list building. And I typed it in, and this is what the AI said. List building involves creating a database of potential customers for products or services. That's like your book. Focusing on wide outreach and immediate engagement and generating sales. While legacy building, which is what we're focusing on, building a legacy with your book and your YouTube channel, on the other hand, is a long-term strategy centered on creating lasting impact, wealth through purpose-driven actions, significant contributions, or philanthropic efforts with goals extending to benefit future generations. You're not about the list building, right? You're about legacy building. But if you don't sit in the vision of the why you want to write a book, who you're writing it for, then you kind of miss that mark. And again, I'm going to come back to my slides in just a second. So I talk about lazy mode, people being on Facebook in lazy mode and being in learner mode on YouTube, typing on YouTube. So why would you want to put your book on YouTube? People are in learner mode. Many of you want to do a retreat. I know that because you've told me that, and you've told me that on your intake forms, etc. Now, you may or may not have seen this program. It's Wanderlust Entrepreneur Retreat Program by a lady called Sherry, right? And she says, finally, the blueprint for creating a retreat that actually sells and makes a profit. Learn how to avoid all the pitfalls that most coaches, authors, and facilitators lose money on their retreats. Now, there's a webinar there. And so a little story about this, how this came to me. And I've actually invested in this, and I will teach in my mastermind how to do a retreat and how to do a virtual retreat and virtual retreat planning. And so me signing up for this program, one of the things that I asked is, can I actually help my students plan their retreats? And they said yes. Otherwise, it's like thousands, and I'll show you how much this is, right? And so a lady reached out to me on Facebook. This kind of happens to me quite a lot. A lady reached out to me and she said, I'd love to do a retreat with you, host a retreat. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are. Another lady that she'd hosted a retreat with, it was, I can't tell you her name, but I was almost going to interview the same lady a few years before. I was like, that's a bit weird. She's a black lady. Anyway, so I said, oh, okay, well, and she gave me this webinar. So I thought, oh, okay, that's quite cool. I've never been to a retreat. So I'm like, okay. And so what I realized is she wanted somebody to help her market to fill the retreat, which the other lady must have done because she's still doing retreats. It must not have worked out between them. I don't know if they fell out or whatever. I don't know. But I was like, well, you get 10 people in and I get 10 people in. And one of my students at the time, who reached out to me as a suggested friend on Facebook, messaged me from Australia and said, I think you can help me find my soul tribe. I was like, okay. Right? People just reach out. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll each get 10 people. I had no clue. Each get 10 people and, we'll do a retreat. Fine. And so she's like, oh, yeah, I don't think I want to now. I was like, what did you want me to do? So filling a retreat, what the great thing was for the webinar that I went on was that whatever you do, they teach a little bit about marketing, etc. But what they teach is to get on the phone. One, know who it is that your retreat is for, your staff, right? I call it your staff, but your ideal client, your soul tribe, avatar, persona, and profile. And two, you can get on the phone and enroll people into a retreat because you want to actually know the people that you're actually spending 2, 3, 5 days with, 10 days with, what have you in your retreat. And people can be quite wonky. The legals of doing a retreat really put me off. I was like, I know how wonky people are. I'm like, dude, I don't even know. I'm just going to do a beachside gathering. If you guys want to come to Thailand to see me, then maybe. But I'm going to do a virtual retreat. And so for those of you who do come into my mastermind, we'll have a virtual retreat, okay? And I'm going to teach you guys, because a lot of my guys, when I did the Spiritual Businesswoman Network and I was co-producing, my co-producer had already done a retreat, I think a couple of small retreats, and she was going to bring the teaching for a retreat. So I know you guys want it. And so I'm like, oh, I invested. There's loads of bonuses. It's a forever access. You can purchase it if you like. If you purchase it, pay in full, $4,500 or $400 per month for the next 12 months. All right. Just to do a retreat. Okay. But she's a badass at retreats. Her team are badasses at retreats, etc. All right. So I'm just saying, you can go with Sherry and you can do it and they will help you. I've added it to my mastermind and I will teach about virtual retreats. And then I'll see how we go with the in-person stuff. A beachside gathering, beaches are like my favorite place. I'm just like, Thailand, I can see myself on the retreat with you guys. Beachside gathering is what I will be doing because Sherry was saying on some of her training that she hosted like, I don't know, 5, 6 retreats a year, I can't remember. And then she wound it down a little bit. I just want to be on location in the lovely places. Yes, I'd like to share the time with you guys, but all the legals and all the thing, I'm not like trying to put you guys off, but I don't just go out there and try run a retreat. There's a lot that goes into it. And it did kind of put me off. I was like, ooh, because people are kind of wonky, people that you don't know. Well, I'm getting to know all of you guys. So I'm just like, yeah, that'll be cool. But like, if you think it's just going to be like people that you don't know, it's not. So, and they won't want to pay for a retreat when they don't know you or they haven't even gotten a phone call with you. Anyway, As we do the 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, if you have a retreat package that you want to enroll your students in, what Sherry says is, plan it a year out. So even if you're not ready, plan it a year out, an in-person retreat. And so obviously a virtual retreat is different. So when you're getting on the phone and you haven't got that package ready, you can create a wait list, which is what I did and what my co-producer did and what I'm still doing. So know that I've got you. It's not only book marketing on YouTube, but filling your retreat. And I'm going to share a YouTuber who does that. And I think the slide might be just coming up in a second, that he actually fills his retreat through his YouTube channel. And I talk about him a lot. But look at these places. They're like, oh, and she teaches epic. Another retreat in Dubai, Lindsay Austin, who I will talk about, helping her get her book to #1. She's actually living in Dubai. And I was like, Lindsay, I'm coming. So may do one in Spain. I feel called to actually spend some time in Spain. But in Spain, look, when people are typing into Google, spiritual retreat Spain, mental health retreat Spain, wellness retreat Spain, fitness retreat Spain, detox retreat Spain, meditation retreat Spain, luxury wellness retreat Spain, weight loss retreat Spain. So whatever your book is around, whatever your courses are around, then we can create a retreat around it, right? Da-da-da. All right, yoga, etc., relaxation, all things. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to expect some comments, right? So comment, let me know if you want to run a retreat, where you want to run a retreat, and have you ever thought of how you're going to enroll people into your retreat? So Matthew Hussey, joinyourlovelife.com. I've been watching Matthew Hussey for a few years. He's now married. He's got 3.6 million subscribers on YouTube. And he basically, I don't have the example here, but basically he gets featured and interviewed in lots of different places. He has his podcasts and etc., and coaching programs, what have you. But he has, and I had the page open and then it kind of crashed. I don't know why, but he now is married as well. And so this lady, obviously they're being interviewed, and that's what I teach you, like, to interview others and getting in front of their audiences. So this lady, I think she's called Yashan, she is getting in front of Matthew Hussey's audience, right? So you position yourself. And so she's actually on Bumble as a Bumble expert as well recently. So I love that it's quite a small space when you're positioning yourself as an author and authority. Matthew Hussey has his book, he's a #1 best-selling author, etc. It says buy my book. So he goes out and he gets featured as an author, a speaker, a coach, etc. On relationships. So whatever area it is, you can have a retreat on, etc. So I'm going to come back into my slides, but I'd had this with the virtual retreat planner. I can definitely do that because it'll be part of your program. And the way that Sherry teaches it, she says about having a program, having something on the back end to also sell, etc. All right, so we are going to be talking about the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge of the book marketing media kit challenge. And so when you're writing your book, I teach you to self-publish your book on Amazon on pre-order and give yourself up to a year to write it, so that you can actually serve your clients. And then when you come to writing it, you're actually serving your students, and you've got all of your links and the back end of your business sorted, done and dusted. So the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is part of my movement for living an intentional life. And having that spiritual business success means having success in all areas of your life, not leaving one area out. And I'll talk more about how, because you're live, I will give you a 2-hour coaching on these areas. And so I call them the intentional living codes. And there's contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So those 7 areas were the vision that I had. And so I begin with that end in mind. And so my co-authors share a story where they've gone through an awakening in those 7 areas. I have as well. And how we've alchemized our gifts. So whatever area you are building your spiritual business on, whether it's finance, whether it's spirituality, whether it's relationships, whether it's environment, whether it's on emotions, it's not moving, hang on, whether it's emotions, whether it's on health, whether it's on contribution, there are people that are searching, and you can write your book around that. And so as a student of mine, you get access to this Trello board, and all of the teachings that I share with you are in here as well. All right, so the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is in the visible world as well as the vibrational world. We visualize, but I want to take care of you in the sense of you actually having that spiritual business and life work balance. All right, so I'm going to come back into my slides. And I'm going to say, actually, again, for spiritual business success, we bring that life work balance into your life while you're building your movement, while you're walking your talk and being the best version of you. So you show up and you don't feel like an imposter, you don't feel like a fraud, etc. All right. So let me come back onto my slides. Let me know if that made any sense whatsoever. And if you've got any comments and you're still here with me, hang on, I'm just going to catch up on some comments. So hang on. Barbara says, I've invested lots of time and money over the years to educate myself about the business side of doing what I do, and it's immensely valuable. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, Barbara says, yes, regular social media presence, ignoring energy vampires is important. Yes. Hyacinth says 2, 3, and 5 that resonated with you. Thank you. Barbara says, I found the same with social media in general, that even though your impact may not always be immediately noticeable or visible through engagement, we may still be really making a massive difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. People have watched me. People then have said, I've watched you for a few years. And I've had, I've seen that. Yes. I can't remember what that was for. Hyacinth said, yes. Hang on. You've participated in it with Sherry, have you? Okay. And so there's a lot in there. So Sherry has a 7-day challenge, and then she has the full program. I don't know if you're in the full program or not, but I'm in the full program. Barbara says, I love beaches too. Need to find some clients to do those beach retreats with. Absolutely. So when you're doing the 50 breakthrough sessions at Serve, you guys know that I have training on this in the boot camp. It's a bonus. You actually put on your intake form, would you like a spot? And if you guys have done the intake forms with me, you know mine are extensive. You actually ask if they'd like a spot or they'd like to be put on the wait list for that. And then you can reach back out to those people. All right. How amazing is that? Right. Barbara said, I would love an embodied and rejuvenation retreat in Greece. There you go. Awesome. But still starting with a virtual might be a better place to start. Yeah, I will help you with a virtual one for sure. Hyacinth says, yes, I'm planning to run a retreat. I have my agenda. It would be called the Happiness Retreat, to be held after the 12-week Peaceful Power Unlocking Your Stress-Free Self. I'm also a travel agent. Love it. So you guys want to do the retreat and enrolling. Do you guys know how to enroll people in there? And have you actually really thought of the actual physical people that you would have on there and spend time with? I'd like to spend some time with you guys, but like when you put it out there, it's like, I just want to, I've had people say, will you help me film my retreat? No, because I don't even like, why would I do that? One, I've got my own, and like, or can you? No, because you don't know how to market it. I'm just saying. All right, let me go back to my slide, and hopefully that was helpful. All right, 1 second. Right, I'm going to speed up a little bit. Okay, so this one-page plan is in the soullegacyacademy.com. So the high-paying soul client funnel formula, and we will be doing your maths for homework for the Bank 50K in 50 days. I'm going to share my screen again and show you exactly where this is in the Soul Legacy Academy for you to download this one-page plan, and then I can make it bigger. And again, I can't see your comments right now because I'm just going to go through these slides, okay? Because I want to get with that. Barbara says, yes, let's go and hang out sometime. Nice one. Together while writing our books. That's what it is. It's going to be a writer's retreat, my retreat for you guys. So I'm just really excited about that. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, hanging out, hiking, being on the beach, like just chilling, not like massive teaching and all the things. I'm like, I don't really want to do that. I teach all the time. I want to relax. So I'm going to be, the next place for me is Spain, and then Thailand next year. So yeah, I'm excited. So I'll do a virtual retreat from Thailand. Like, hey guys, on location. So I'm excited about that, actually. That's part of the business that I haven't really dove into. And so this Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. And so you'll see this one-page plan of building your audience, not going out there and getting featured, doing YouTube ads and doing YouTube videos straight away, but building your audience. Like I had that Facebook group, the STAP group. So from that STAP group, Soul Tribe Avatar Profile Group, the Women in Spiritual Business, marketing and collabs and referrals, from those people are the people that I will have in the book readers that are monthly, coming on our monthly call to collab, who are maybe co-authors, who maybe come on the retreat, because I'm handpicking people and sharing the message. So having that tribe. So the first stage of this marketing is social media. It can be on LinkedIn or other social media platforms. It's easier to do it on Facebook. And I've done some training in the Soul Legacy Academy. If you do get the 5-day challenge, that goes inside my book. And I'll show you that in a second, or in a little while throughout this time. Then I've added how I've created that group and why I've created that group, and actually taking those people through the funnel of moving and working and adding value, working towards getting them to that retreat and getting to know them in the process, getting to know what their problems are and serving them. And so over this last week, I created that group after I finished the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. And I could hear you guys saying, well, I don't have a group, or I haven't started a group, or my group's a bit stale, or I don't know what to do. I've actually created that with that in mind. And so I started to reach out, and I sent some messages out today to welcome people into the group. I haven't sent them to everyone. And I think Friday I sent one out, and this lady's like, can you take me off your list? I'm like, can you stop actually joining my group? She's like, sorry. And I laughed. And then I sent a message out, and it was too long, so I've shortened it. And so I share with you what I'm doing. And so I sent out maybe 3 or 4 messages today. And one lady said, like I said, she said, I'm happy with my writing at this time. Thank you for your lovely words and your nice invitation. But, I'm going to decline at this time. So I'm like, cool. Facebook give you 5,000 people to connect with as friends. Obviously, people can follow you, but your friends can be your staff, right? And so that's how I use my Facebook, actually connecting with people that I actually want to have a conversation with on a monthly basis, and they want to actually have a conversation with each other. So she said, I'm just going to focus on my writing. And then I said, oh, well, I have this masterclass if you ever want some help. So shout out to you if you ever watch this. So then I said, then she said, she was really kind. And I said, no problem. Thank you. So I'm like, okay, let me unfriend. So because I tend to invite people to groups and to events when they're my friends, that's what I'm using my social media presence for. And so then I unfriend requested her. So she must have gone to my profile to look at that link that I'd said that is in my bio, and friend requested me again. I was like, huh? Okay. I'm like, oh, so I said, thank you for the friend request. I'm like, I thought it was like buzz off. And then somebody else said, this is perfect timing. I spent some time with other commitments. I won't tell you what other commitments. And this is synchronicity because she has a podcast. And I said, do you have guests for your podcast? Because I'm sharing with you guys that when I go out and get featured with hosts of podcasts, I will share those with you if the host wants more guests as part of that community for collaborating and getting referrals and marketing, right? And so I'm creating a group that is a win-win for everyone. And so she said, I'd like to hear more about the Monday calls. So I explained. So I'm teaching you guys to go into this this 1-page plan, not jump, hang on. This 1-page plan and build the foundations. And if you're like, oh, it's too much, but the end goal, beginning with the end in mind, is us all sat on the beach doing retreats, right? So it's worth it. So how else are you going to do it? Are you going to do it through ads? Are you just going to chuck stuff out there? Like, it doesn't work. Having a real relationship and educating your guys on whatever it is that you want to educate them on, that will be part of the retreat curriculum and content. You're welcome. So you're going to do the maths, right, with me in the homework to know, well, okay, what is your price points? Mine's $55, which is discounted because I give that course away for my book readers. And so the two emphases that I have is 555 and 5,555. They're just my angel numbers. And in the masterclass homework, I teach you to do I actually give you the workings out. So, for those of you who don't love doing the maths, I do the maths for you. We do the maths. How many clients do you need in order to bank 50K in 50 days? So for me, if I do my boot camp, which is done and dusted, you guys can invest and have a payment plan, and you'll get more teachings that go with my book. That's 90 people, right? Imagine having 3 million YouTube subscribers. Are you going to get 90 people? Yes. And so Matthew Hussey fills his retreats with his subscribers. He just sends emails and he does videos, and that's that. And so for the retreat, it's 5,555 because I'm doing a virtual retreat and not an in-person retreat. And because I want to teach you guys with the YouTube ads and Amazon ads, I was doing that on my my laptop earlier with Amazon ads. Oh, it's just going to be amazing. So it's half the investment right now for 18 people, and I opened it up, and I didn't really want to open it up right now, but something's calling me to open it up. So share and invite the other people to download that link. And so it is in the pinned links and description. Let me grab this link for you. Barbara says win-win is so important in the current culture. Dog eat dog. That is so prevalent in our culture. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. It's just not living an intentional life is living in alignment with our values. And so again, you can join me live if you're watching on the replay and learn how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients. You can't sign them up if you don't know the back end of your business, and you don't know the price point, and you don't have a buy button. Remember in the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, we talked about the AI guy, Mr. Grateful, and he said he needed a buy button. We need a buy button. This is how you enroll into the retreat. So you can get the Bank 50K in 50 days homework, right? And again, I'm going to put this on my screen, but write this down. www.soullegacyacademy.com/courses/masterclass. All right. I love it. I love the business model that I've been downloaded. And again, I'll come back to you guys in a second. So keep the comments coming, keep it flowing, ask any questions if you want, or just anything that resonates with you. And again, I appreciate you spending this time with me. All right. Hang on. I've got a presenter window. These are Google Slides, and I've got a big window, and then I've got a presenter window, which I just click on and it moves my slides along. All right, at Soul Legacy TV, share the YouTube live stream in advance. And again, you guys know when I will be coming live. So if you know ever anyone who would resonate with coming onto this live, then you can share in the playlist. I think I still have it open. You can share in the playlist. I may not have it open. You can share in the playlist that, people can come on to this live in advance and then come back and share what you've actually implemented. All right. This is about taking action. Nobody leaves here without taking action. So it happens live at 3 p.m. Get the diaries out so you can share with the body. 3 p.m. UK time on the last Monday of the month. If you know of a soul sister, a soul brother in spiritual business that could do with this, or somebody that you wanted to body up with doing a retreat, or who needs to start a podcast, or who needs to write a book, invite them to this masterclass. I would really, really appreciate that. All right. And hashtag that you're on the replay, or hashtag that you're on the live. So again, watch the live. So the playlist is in the Soul Legacy Academy as well. All right. So again, www.soullegacyacademy.com/courses/masterclass. And I kind of know the flow of the slides because it's there anyway. But I gave it to you anyway. So this is the playlist. All right. So I was floundering around trying to look for it, but this masterclass is in this playlist. I will take it out, and then we'll go live the 27th of October 2025. All right. make sure you're subscribed and then YouTube will notify you. So when Nicole came on this, because I've done this many times before and I pause, and the Addiction Alchemist says it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. And so Nicole was commenting in the live. So let's shed a little bit of light on all of what I've shared so far. We've gone for a little while. We've gone for an hour and 20 minutes, I believe. And so I didn't actually put my timer on. It takes clarity, right? The vision. It takes confidence to execute that vision. And it takes systems and strategies to align your movement, your message, and your money. I've been talking about your movement, your message, and your money. And so for those of you who went through the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge on my YouTube channel or within the Soul Legacy Academy, can you see that those 7 days integrate with this masterclass? I'm still saying the same thing, but in a different format and teaching in a deeper way. So when you guys are doing your book and then you're doing your 5-day challenge that goes inside your book, it forms part of your business model. And the 7 days that you're going to start your YouTube channel with, and then have a masterclass or a workshop, and then make an offer, you're educating before and relationship building before you ask people to buy more than your book. You can even do your book on pre-order. You don't have to have published it, right? Published it, but on pre-order. You don't have to have written it, sorry. So I teach you in the mastermind, and I teach you as a co-author how to write and publish your own book. It takes clarity, it takes confidence, it takes systems and strategies to align your movement, your message, and your money. Agreed? Right? So if you don't have clarity, everything else is just not going to make sense. But when you have that confidence as well, and the confidence comes from doing the F-bomb thing, is what I say. So again, take notes. We'll have Q&A below on the replay and in the free chapter group coaching VIP day, which is valued at $1,111. Now, if you've been to my 7-day challenge, either of them, whether you've been to the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge, because I will direct you here anyway. And if you've been to the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, and you found value, which I know I'm throwing out some value, on the VIP day, it takes it and it solidifies all those things. It's like, what more teaching? That free chapter group coaching VIP day is for those of you who do want to come to the mastermind and do want me to share with you how to plan your retreat, how to do your YouTube ads, how to do your Amazon ads, how to host a podcast or a summit, etc. Whatever it is that you want in your spiritual business at a higher level, rather than just the basic and the foundations, the automation, the leverage, the scheduling out, all those things. And I have 40 plus mastermind office hours on 4 days in the month, just 4. It's 10-hour days for me. If you have a job or you're caring for somebody or you have commitments, 4 days in the month, I have chunks of time. And so it's 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and or 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. So that means it covers, for those of you who are in Australia, covers those of you who are in the States, and it covers those of you who are in the UK and wherever else, Canada, what have you. And so I knew I needed to hold space globally. And I wasn't planning on opening the mastermind office hours, and I wasn't planning on doing the one-on-one sessions right now, but I am. It's been called to. The free chapter group coaching VIP day, my free chapter is about how to start, build, and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. That is what my book is about. The free chapter is about that. So therefore, the mastermind, it's about book writing, right? And doing that on YouTube and getting clarity around that. And so when I will teach you more on that VIP day. And so you don't have to enroll if you're not a soul match, but you come with the intention of, okay, at what level do you want to enroll? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, no, 2 years, 3 years access, not 4. So you can come work with me for a year, you can come work with me 2 years, come and work with me for a year. And right now, for those of you who do come on to the next one, I'm going to do a beta of it. And I'm going to share that there's 50% off. All right. So I'm just really excited. And there's limited spots. There's 18 spots. All right. And once those have gone, the price will go back up. And it will not be that price again. And I'm not a scarcity person. I'm just like, it, as you move through, as you go through and you do the Bank 50K and 50 days challenge, you've got to then, and I've had people in the mastermind, I've had people pay in full, but just not in this way and teaching the writing of the book, because I hadn't written my book when I first developed this mastermind. So if you're interested in that, again, you go to the Spiritual Business Book Marketing bonuses, and you get the free chapter group coaching VIP day. And I talk about how to start, grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. And so the quote is, we must be willing to get rid of the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. The old skin has to shed before the new one can come. That's a quote by Joseph Campbell. And so I'm going to share with you how to be on Amazon, how to be on YouTube, and how to create an online course. I do that in the 5-day as well. So if you get the book, you won't be shortchanged. It means that that's your level of investment now. That's your level of time investment. And again, I will share with you how to get Q&A for that. And so you either have Q&A for the 5-day or Q&A for the bootcamp or both. And masterminders get that Q&A gifted, right? They get 7 months worth of Q&A. Right. So ethical bribes, no-brainer offers is what I'm sharing with you. And I have my own. And so it just feels really, really authentic. It feels really, really amazing. And I know that I'm here to birth more books, but also to help you become the version of you who has your own book in your hand, and you're going out there and you're getting featured and you're saying to your guys, I've got a free chapter of my book if you'd like to download it. None of this old list building thing. Let's build a readership community. Okay. All right. I will come back to you guys if you've got any questions, because I just want to keep going and going. I feel on fire. So yeah. All right. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have got any more questions, keep going, or any more comments, you're probably listening intently. Is this landing? Is this making, is this a great follow-on from the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge? And Natalie, if you're on, I don't know if you're multitasking or what have you. I know you've got an appointment later, but let me know if this is making sense. And for those of you who are watching on the replay, let me know that this is making sense, because that gives me energy. Oh my gosh, I've got to go with these slides. So again, the definition of a light worker. I think that's what I said. All right, let me keep going. So the code and the coupon link to download the free chapter, the code to the masterclass is in the bonuses. You will see that, and I will share with you before we hop off here. So the free chapter group coaching VIP day, there's a coupon code for that. I'm excited about it. And yes, there is an intake form that will say if you want to work with me at what level or not. It's a beautiful space. So what I want to say is, if you'd be interested, does the hold on, let me just grab this question. When is the next mastermind you just mentioned? When we do our one-on-one call, then I will share with you how to enroll. I haven't put it out there. And so I actually adjusted the times and the dates. So it starts in October. Usually it's the 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month, meaning I'll show you my calendar. So, and take all this intentional living off there. So thank you for asking. So the mastermind office hours are usually the 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month. I have just moved the mastermind office. No, sorry, it's not. It would be normally the 14th and the 23rd and the 16th and the 20th. No, the 14th and the 21st, the 16th and the 23rd. And I've just moved it. So it's the 7th and the 9th and the 14th and the 16th of October. And then we go for an entire year. So you've got access for an entire year. And we've got a payment plan here. I just literally created this on Acuity, and I don't know if you guys use Acuity. We've got a pay in full, and those are the things that we're gonna cover in the mastermind. You've got lots of bonuses, and I'll walk you through all of that. And we've got a payment plan. All right. So I'm really excited about that. I literally just created it in Acuity, these 2 packages, because I'm not going to offer the in-person mastermind retreat for that price, but I will offer the virtual retreat, and I will teach you how to do your own virtual retreat. And then as I get more into the retreat program, I will ask them what I can actually teach about the physical. I can, they said that I could, but I want to know about the legal stuff and the legal forms, etc. So hopefully that answers your question. When we schedule onto the one-on-one, then we can talk about it there. It's by invitation only. It's not for everyone. I won't have that I learned when I was burnt, like having people that are not in alignment close to me. I won't do that ever again. Hang on, it's all connecting for you. Yes, woohoo! Yes, awesome. All right, normally I've taken myself off here, like I'm not even looking into the camera. So does you answer this question for me? I'd love to have you guys all in the mastermind. That's why I opened it. I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Does your bank balance and the size of your list following, the size of your following, your subscribers, your group, or your email list determine your decisions of how you're showing up? They don't for me. Let me know, does your bank balance and the size of your following, your subscribers, your group, or your email list determine your decisions of how you're showing up? Does any of them bother you? Like, or do you feel like a fraud? Do you feel like an imposter? Or nobody would feature me because I don't have a big list, or I don't have a big following, or like nobody's going to join my group, nobody's going to blah, 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 blah. It's an illusion. All right, I will come back to comments in a second. I've got like loads, I've got hundreds of slides. Let me keep going. So I want to invite you to show up, speak out, and serve deep. Do the homework before you come onto that group. Or do you mean the group coaching VIP day, Barbara? So the group coaching VIP day, I will share that. I've got it in here somewhere. The group coaching VIP day is only for those who do the mastermind. I think you said, hang on, I think I've got to add a date. I think I've got to add a date for it. That one's the 30th of November, because I wasn't going to open it, but I'll add one before that. All right. And when we get on the one-on-one call, we'll be good. So I want you to do the homework, do the maths before you come onto that VIP day. Even if you have a one-on-one with me, you can still come on the group coaching VIP day anyway. It's okay. It's cool. I love serving, so it's absolutely fine. So this is really interesting. So this is when I first did my slides for, and in the masterclass bonuses, you'll see my first ever webinar where I mentioned this. It's still timeless. So Tony Robbins says, you know who Tony Robbins is? He says 80% of success, remember I'm teaching you spiritual business success, 80% of success is due to the psychology, mindset, beliefs, emotions, and only 20% is due to strategy, the specific steps needed to accomplish your result. That's why we begin with the end in mind, and we begin with you being in the version of you with a prosperity consciousness, knowing that actually if other people can do it, we can do it too, right? 80% of success is due to the psychology, mindset, beliefs, emotions, and only 20% is due to strategy. So I'm sharing strategy with you, but I'm sharing all the rest of it because you've got to believe that you can do it. Love this slide. I know it's a bit full. T. Harv Eker, again, love their work. And I know that there's a lot of men that are leading in the industry, and I know that there's a lot of women leading in the industry. I just take what I need from whoever it is and apply it. So there's a secret psychology of money. Most people don't know about it. That's why most people will never become financially successful, especially light workers. A lack of money is not the problem. I'm going to read some of his book when I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. A lack of money is not the problem. It's merely a symptom of what is going on inside of you. It's simple arithmetic. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. Hence, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge and the Trello board for spiritual business success, and supporting you in the growth and the vision of who you be, so that you're in vibrational harmony with your vision. You're beginning with the end in mind, and you're in vibrational harmony and sync and alignment with a version of you who is that retreat leader. And even the legals of having other people collab with you. And so we can do that because we're getting to know each other rather than you reaching out to random people. You guys have got each other and you can grow together, right? So the secret cycle, blah, blah, blah. That's why most people, a lack of money is not a problem. a lack of money is not the problem. It's merely a symptom of what is going on inside of you. It's simple arithmetic. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. And that's like, ouch. And so I'm like, wow. Most people are so stuck in their egos, right? That everything, I know that Barbara, you'll resonate with this, that everything revolves around me, and more me. So when you get into programs, as you'd mentioned on the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, when you get into people's programs, it revolves around them rather than around their students, right? And you kind of get let down. But if you want to be rich in the truest sense of word, it can't only be about you. It can't only be about you. And I know that you're here and you're not really thinking just about you, but when you really truly focus on the movement, it's not just about you, right? It has to include adding value to other people's lives. And I mean true value. And then with the 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, the way that I teach you is to do the one-on-one, do a follow-up, and then enroll into groups. So you're not burning yourself out. And I have my beta program, because I'm going to share with you guys how to do a beta. I have my beta program and I have results in from my beta program. Can you get results from a beta program? Absolutely. And you can see that in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. So the reason or motivation for you having you have for making money or creating success is vital. I've got you. You guys are good. So this game is a soul income game, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. We do it vibrationally first. We spend £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. And that's why I go live, right? I do the vision board challenge. We go live spending our vibrational money voucher and writing down who we be with money, rather than like, oh, I'm going to be greedy. Rich people are this, rich people are that. If you don't know the version of you, what you would purchase, the experiences that you would have, the soul client income, you're like, what does that look and feel like? So we play the soul income game. I love it. We make it fun. So my calendar, so I've just shown you it and I'm not going to go into it right now. But what I will say is when I do the vision board and I do my daily lives, this is the process of helping you grow to the extent so your income can grow to the extent that you do on a daily. My income is growing to the extent that I am. And so the 7 Freedoms for Intentional Living podcast is on a daily basis, right? To support you in your contribution, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationship, your spirituality, your finances. Your spiritual and your finances. You're welcome. Somebody said, who was it? Was it Laura that says, I only think of everything, or Trisha that says that? So Nicole gives her testimonial in my testimonials playlist for her free chapter group coaching VIP day. So she says this on as part of the readership community for my book. So spiritual business book marketing, write your book. And when you write your book with things that I'm sharing with you in mind, here's the kind of testimonials that you get. And I know that when people leave testimonials for books or what have you, it's not anything like this. And I love it. So Nicole says, my book was this book. Again, I'm going to probably just drop this off. So if you want the book, this book, you've got a 5-day challenge inside the book. Hang on. Let me take that off. 1 second. So here, this book, this is what she's talking about. Spiritual YouTube from scratch. A soul guided influencers come first, leverage your light work on lifestyle on YouTube. Nicole came onto our monthly call. Then she said, oh my God, I didn't even know that you had a book and you're a leader. Like you've gone through challenges like I have. She bought the book, she can be got on into the bootcamp, etc. And she'll be a co-author. Not all my co-authors, you guys know, and we'll see. Hang on. Hyacinth says, alignment is so important in spiritual business. Absolutely. Barbara says, not at all. I show up as an authentic self and I know I can offer value. Exactly. And so when you were saying on, I think it was on our Q&A, it might have been in the actual on the lives, but definitely in the Q&A, that, you know, the people that you've invested in over the years, some of the, not all, but some of the people that you've invested in, some of the people that, most of the people that I work with, that when you invest, it's like, it's disappointing when you get into the programs and it's like, why is it about them and it's not about me, and why are they blaming me for not getting results in their program? So it's really common. Hyacinth says, wow, I needed this masterclass 5 years ago, but now time is right. That part. That. So yeah, I hear that. Thank you. Thank you. I feel very humbled, and I won't cry. I probably will cry. Let me make sure I can see what you can see. Okay, cool. All right. So she said, easy to read, easy to understand, very relatable information that far exceeds its price and value. No brainer. And that's because there's a course inside of it. Of course, it exceeds its price and value because, right. But she's talking about the book. Anyway, for someone like myself who has so many valuable bits of information, a wealth of knowledge and resources for healing in the overall process of awakening, but unfortunately has no idea about the business how the business world works at all, much less social media and online platforms. This book, the 5-day challenge within the book, the Soul Legacy Academy online teaching portal that I'm just giving you guys, have been everything I could ever need and want to know, plus so much more, to help me launch, lead, and end my day with soul guided intention, as well as helping me to create my soul legacy business step by step through through a very informative but easy to follow process. It's easy to follow when you dive deep on it and you just avoid any distractions. It looks overwhelming until you really dive into it. So it truly does show you a genius way to show up, speak out, and serve deeply during this massive awakening process that our planet and billions of people are currently experiencing. Iona truly does walk her talk and teaches her students to do the same in a very authentic and admirable way, unlike the people when we're buying their stuff and we're disappointed. Working with her has helped me gain a lot of clarity, starting with clarity, surrounding how I want to contribute to the world. I'm struggling with this because it's so small. And the steps I need to take to get there. She's helped me through my money blocks, talked about that, inspired me to start working out on a daily basis, health freedom, and really begin taking care of my overall physical, mental, and emotional health. Because that's that spiritual business success and that spiritual business life work balance. It's not just about going after the business, right? She says you cannot stay the person that you became to survive when you make the choice to thrive. Even the relationships that I've begun to create with some of the students have offered an immeasurable amount of support to me through this entire process. So when you guys are creating community around your book and your courses around your book, this is what happens. I'm so excited to share this with you and share with you how to write your own book, right? Hang on. Walk me through the entire process. The signs, the synchronicities from the universe have come more frequently along this path than any other path I've chosen in my life. That is just the truth. It's real. It's beautiful. I'm eternally grateful. If you have not read this book, Alexa will do it for you. Alexa, the Alexa app will read it for you if you have the Kindle. But I would truly suggest buying the book so that you can go back through it again and again and find the little golden nuggets of information you might have missed the first time. They are scattered all throughout. Hands down, a beautiful book from one of the most authentic, real spiritual business owners I've met to date. Is that cool? Like I didn't bribe her. Right? So the challenge that goes inside the book, right? And so if you've got Q&A, and so I've changed the video of this now. And so I had that video when it was on pre-order. So I'm going to gift you the $111 coupon code, right? So that you can come and get on the Q&A, right? For watching this masterclass live, you go through the book, the 5-day challenge, there's a Q&A. The next one is October. October, Monday to Friday, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Look, it's in my calendar, right? Let me give you this link for coming up with me live. And let me give you the coupon code. I think you guys are on it already. Let me give you the coupon code. Oh gosh, hang on. I'll give you the link again because it split it up in the comments. It was too long. Hang on. All right, the coupon code. Oh gosh, I will give you the coupon code, okay? For that live. So again, when you show up here, and I'm going to give you an entire year of coaching, whether you're in the boot camp or in the mastermind, an entire year of coaching so that you can grow to the extent, your income can grow to the extent that you do. All right. 2 hours of coaching. Why would I do that? Because I care. And I can. And it's a group call. So it doesn't matter. One person, 100 people. Nobody comes. I get time off. So if you are in my 5-day challenge and you do want to move up to my bootcamp, there's another $55 off. All right. So it's just a really beautiful ethical bribe model. And at the end of that challenge, the 5-day that goes with my book, the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge is there again that you might want to go through. I know that Hyacinth, you are like, I want to go back through that again. If you go back through it from the perspective of learning from the book and learning from the 5-day challenge, you will get it even more and really take your movement to that next level. And then you can come on to the live Q&As for that Movement Marketing Model Media Kit Challenge. And so as co-authors, I've gifted a Q&A. You want another Q&A, it's $22.22. Or you can leave a review for the 5-day challenge after you've got to the end. And when you do leave a review, I will gift you that Q&A. It's all about me saying, this is an incentive to get to the end, read the book, get to the end, do the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, and then I will. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just so beautiful. It's like, what do I do? When do I do it? Most guys drop off. Most of your guys will drop off. And for me, it's like, go through the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. Come to the masterclass. Okay, well, do the 5-day challenge now. It's like, what's next? And I'm here with Q&A. I'm here to help you implement because I care. And this is what I wanted, right? I made a vow to never let anybody be outpriced who needed my services ever, ever. Like, that was me. I was homeless. I'm going to tell my story in a second. Like, you'll see why. So, do you want the Q&A code? Do you want the code for the Q&A? Here we go. I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen. This is for you guys in the chat live. Great incentives, right? So there's no objection. It's like, oh, I don't know, I can't. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives you, nobody does that. And to the, when you purchase the bootcamp or the mastermind, then I will give you the coupon code for the 2-hour 7 Freedoms calling gym, right? Do you guys see the coupon code? I think you guys are on it anyway. They're really great incentives because you'll need them. It's not just fluff. It's not just bonuses. It's ethical bribes and call to conversation. If you love working with me for free, it's like, oh, here's how you can work with me deeper, right? But in order to get that Q&A, you've purchased the book. And then the next time around, you might want to come to another Q&A in like 3, 4, 5 months. You know I'm still going to be there October through to April. So say you've got Q&A in October, and then you're good till this, like say January, and you might want to invest in that Q&A. It's $111. Then you'll be in a running, if you pay for it, to win a VIP day with me. And I'll share with you that people actually have won VIP days with me. I'm always ethical bribing. I'm always like, I want your success. So if I have to dangle a carrot and say, do you know what? I'll give you this if you complete it. I'll give you this if you, what have you. That means that you've got those incentives, but you've also got me. I want to work with the people who are motivated. If you're not motivated, then I can't really help you. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't. All right, I've got to go faster because. All right, so upgraded Q&A. I've given the link for you and I've given the coupon code. All right, I said stay to the end, but you guys have been engaging. So are you ready to add value to your high-paying one-to-many soul clients? Yes or no? Let me know yes or no. You ready to add value? Are you ready to add? Because I am going to work on those hours on anyway. So you remember in the Movement Marketing Media Kit, or if you haven't been through it, I talked about organizing your content so that you're taking people through that funnel and they're having like this watch time, YouTube value watch time. So creating your YouTube channel like that, it means that people come back. Like we're spending 4 hours together today on my YouTube channel. And then when we do the Q&A, that's not on YouTube, but the next challenge is on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You want to add value. Good. And in a way that's not going to burn you out. and in a way that's relevant to whoever's on the replay as well. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and I'm off from Q&A then. So what are you going to be doing for your business throughout to the end of 2026 and then right till the whole next year? What are you going to be doing? What does your business look like? What do your office hours look like? Right. Oh, so then we've got the virtual retreat in May. Okay. Yay. That's like the book launch. And then we've got the virtual retreat in May. The challenge upgrade link you shared doesn't work, Iona. Yeah, because it was cut off, Barbara. Hang on. This link, it does work. Apologies, because I copied it. And yeah, it definitely works. I think you guys are scheduled on anyway. So, okay. I wrote out all the dates in my calendar. I've actually got the link to this calendar for you. Barbara, hang on, love. It does work. Watch me when I click. It does work. And so it takes you to the next Q&A, and it's the 6th of October, and it will be the same link all week. I'm going to give you this version, but thank you for that. It does work, love. It's just because because the writing in front of it was too long, so it cut it off, my love. So, oh, do you mean the coupon code doesn't work or the link doesn't work? The coupon code should work, love. Let me know, my love, please. And I will get you on there. All right. Okay, cool. Let me go back to my slides. 1 second. You guys see how many windows I've got open? It's ridiculous. So it's crazy. Let me know if you've got it. It might say that you're already scheduled on, so then you're good. So what are you doing in June? I'm off that. And so I will have the mastermind office hours. That's right throughout. And the YouTube challenges in versus Facebook challenges, that Q&A is there as well. August, September, right throughout. So this presentation is for those who are 110% ready to learn a new way. And this is what I call the Soul Guided Influencers way. I love it. I love it. So ready to raise the vibrational frequency. Let me go over to my slides because I can't read that. It's tiny. Ready to raise the vibrational frequency of the collective with me. Are you ready? Yay. I wanted both. I wanted contribution freedom and financial freedom. It's not just one or the other. I've got to move you again. Oh gosh, I clicked off. Hang on. I've got ring lights all in it. Okay. It was the YouTube's. That didn't work. Did it work now? It's just above your comment. Did this work, love? Do you mean the coupon code didn't work or the I've got you. I got you. If I'm not registered, I will still do it after the masterclass. Okay, cool. I think you are. All right. So if you're ready, I wanted contribution and financial freedom. Guys, I'm just going to have a drink and let me know so far. I want to, like, are you ready to raise the vibration of the planet? And I want you to just share what has been your biggest takeaway so far, because we've been going for a while and I have loads and loads and loads of slides and I don't think I'm going to get through them. But what has been your biggest takeaway so far? Let me just have a drink while I just pour a drink. Hopefully you guys have got drinks as well and you're taking great notes. Let me know what has been your biggest takeaway so far. I'm just going to have a drink and just touch in with you because I fire hosed you and there's loads more. Hopefully it'll just all really, really make sense for you and click in. Let me know what has been the biggest takeaway so far. I have had so much fun with the engagement that you guys bring, and it's just beautiful. And again, for those of you watching on the replay, just take a minute. What has been your biggest takeaway so far? And are you ready to raise the vibration of the planet with me? Are you ready to raise the vibrational frequency of the collective? And do you want both? Do you want financial freedom and contribution freedom? And so on the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, I talk about the vision that you have to contribute in the world. And I know you guys want to do a retreat. Let me know. There's a lag on here. I will keep going. Let me know. All right. Okay, cool. All right, let me dive in. All right, so I told this story on the Movement Marketing Media Kit about Regan Hillier going from charging 0 to $1 million. And Regan Hillier was interviewed about her book. And she had a process. I can't remember. I think it's like 30 seconds a day or something. And she was sharing about her book and the process. And she was sharing about she had a PR. She has a PR company, and to promote her. And they were saying, you know, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. And she's like, how do I get this stuff from the 5D to the 3D? And how do I get featured in magazines and stuff? And obviously interviews as well. And so she was figuring all that stuff out. She was telling the story on there, and they were saying, Arjit and the host and Regan Hillier were saying that people often ask the wrong question when they want to build a business or do something great that somebody else is doing. And they used the example of Beyonce, and they said people would ask, oh, well, what's Beyonce doing? Like, how can I do that? Rather than what did Beyonce do at first to get to where she is, because there's foundational steps. You don't just land up being a Beyonce, right? Like her hours of practicing, her blah, 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 whatever it was. And so Regan Hillier tells a story of how she started. She now charges $1 million for a year for her clients. But she started with charging $300 for like 12 weeks. And she did one-on-ones for like twice a week. And she said it was the best money that she ever made, because it came from like that first grounded place. And so for you guys, I'm teaching you how to do your beta, and I give you the example of my beta group in my program. That is where I started. I started with the 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, and then I did the 50 enrollment spots for my co-authors after that. Barbara says, yes, ready to raise the vibration and achieve financial freedom too. Can I get an amen? Yes, right? Doing the work from the ground up. And we're not taught it out there. We're just not. So Lightwork is moving up the emotional scale. So do you agree? Like we said, like Tony Robbins said about the emotions and the psychology, the emotional scale is your friend. And so if you're moving up and down the emotional scale, like going up and down, we want to raise our emotions, right? And be at the vibrational frequency emotionally. I'll talk about this on Emotional Freedom Wednesday. I'll talk about it in our 2-hour monthly coaching call as well. Moving up the emotional scale from fear of failure, fear of success, fear of selling, fear of judgment, fear of whatever it is that you're fearing, or the doubt, or the what have you. And I don't have the emotional scale on me now, but you can, Abraham Hicks's emotional scale, right? And so if you are at the lowest vibration in fear, or even for me, when I was in grief, when we go for our spiritual awakening, we're at some low vibrations, right? And it is up to us to gather our spiritual ascension tools and raise the vibration. So if we stay as light workers who are spiritually awake at the lowest vibrational frequencies, guess what? We ourselves are lowering the vibration of the collective. We are lowering the vibration of the collective. If you are, you're doing it for me. And if I am, I'm doing it for you. So it's really taking that pit stop of the mind, like, and the mindset and the emotions and the beliefs that are running our subconscious. And so Sharon would love this, because that's her thing. And so we raise our vibration to freedom and love and joy and empowerment and knowledge and appreciation, right? For every single area of our life, for our contribution, our health, our emotions, our relationship, our environment, our relationships, our spirituality, and our financial freedom. Because if we fear, money blocks is like a fear. So having that fair energy exchange is us raising our vibrational frequency, right? I love it. So if you guys saw how many slides I'd got, you'd be like, shut up, Ione, just get on with it. Ivan says, my biggest takeaway is recognizing how everything is interconnected. having the back end of the business in place is essential for deciding the direction you want to take. Can I get an amen? Because I share with you guys a lot, and I know that it is overwhelming, and I don't say like it to like dismiss what you guys say when it's overwhelming, but I'm like, you don't know what you don't know. And I'm sharing with you guys the back end more so because I know that's what you need. So when I share my playlist, I'm sharing it with you with the intention of you knowing that enrollment spot goes over and over and over and over again. The more that we go out there and get featured, the more that we do ads, the more that we reach out and we grow our groups, the more that our YouTube videos are growing. That enrollment spot needs to be there live, right? You're here live and you're getting value. If I just had you on the replay, which the replay is being sat there, it's a very different experience. Very different experience. Right. So I love that. Thank you. Barbara says, reclaim your radiance. With Barbara says, fear is the lowest vibration out there. Love, authenticity are the highest. Authenticity being even higher than love. Yes, when you create from that vibration of authenticity, it's like no other. It's magnetic. It really is. And being authentic is walking our talk. And so that's why the mastermind is called Walkie Talk. But thank you. Hyacinth says yes for the vibrations because financial freedom truly matters. Absolutely. So contributing and receiving the financial freedom. So notice that I say, here's the book, purchase the book. I will give you, because I'm not afraid to give money away. I'm giving money away. I'm giving my time away. But you need to be, you would have purchased the book. And the next step, I know the next step in that funnel. I know the next step in building your spiritual business. So I've provided it. So I know that offering a payment plan of $55 for 10 months or $111 for 5 months or $277.50 for 2 payments of the boot camp is like lit. And I also know that others of you who've done that, or you're like, no, let me skip that out, because you'll get that in the mastermind anyway. But no, it's like my learning style is to get implementation support. I need it, and I need it now. I need it like yesterday. So that's when the implementation. So you can give information, but the implementation is huge. And so your guys just want you there leading them, and not hand holding in the sense of like, oh, you wouldn't do it without me, but just immersive, being very, very immersive. I don't do small talk, right? So yeah, it does matter. I stayed up all night just to make sure I didn't miss this class. Really? What time is it for you? Oh, is it really late? I thought it was, oh, you 5 hours ahead? Shoot, is it 10 o'clock? Sorry, love. Okay. Let me get going, because I'm not going to get through these slides, but it's okay because we've got a replay. All right. Okay. Let me, I'm going to like ignore the thing for a bit, and I will just go and dive deep. All right. So any questions, I'll come back to them. All right. So do you have any questions? Any aha moments? I've already said that. Put them in the YouTube comments, and join the live masterclass if you're watching on the replay. Let me go, keep going. So let me see. The way that I've set this up is not thing. So the free chapter group coaching VIP day, we've talked about that. I'm not going to talk about it again. The Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint is what I'm talking about, leveraging your light work and your lifestyle. The Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint is a soul-guided influencer 6 steps to align and automate your soul signature system, your online teaching platform, to attract high-paying one-to-many soul clients on media every single day. And I can see some comments, but I will come back to them. So you'll have 2 levels on that 1-page plan, where it's self-paced and where it's implementation with more of you. Okay. So again, floor to ceiling, masterminders, Thailand, all the things. I'm going to keep going. Oh, let me go back. So this is the boot camp. All right. The Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint Author and Authority Media Program. Notice that it went with the 7 days in my challenge. I'm teaching you guys to create 7 days, create a monthly call, write your book around whatever it is, your back end of your business. So it is that natural next best step for your guys. It's a no-brainer. It's like, of course I want to like enroll in that. And I made a vow to never let anybody be outpriced who needed my services ever, because I was homeless and I was bankrupt and I was all the things. All right. So there is that. It's www.soullegacyacademy.com/courses/bootcamp. If you are watching this as a replay in the masterclass bonuses, down below is the link to the 5-day, the link to my Amazon, the link to the bootcamp. Okay. And the link to it's all in there. So when you guys are like, why is she giving me so many links? It's all in there. All right. The Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. We do have on the first Monday of the month. So the next one for this, and I know that I've said this to you guys. I batch my calls. So the first Monday of the month is the orientation into the bootcamp and also into the mastermind. Okay, so if you haven't done your one-on-one sessions, get them done. So, and then we have the coaching as well. I know that some of you have work and work commitments. What I would say, 12 times in the year, as many times as you can, make that a VIP day. Book the day off, book a half day off, do what you need to do, right? And so the YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges, now you'll see that my 2 YouTube challenges actually act as a funnel. They're part of that high-paying one-to-many soul client funnel formula. And you want different angles in. You want your light work, and you also want the lifestyle that people are going to get. You want 2 pathways to actually work with you. And then, so for me, my vision board challenge acts as my journaling practice on a daily basis. And then there's a 2-hour monthly coaching call, which I invite you guys into, the 7 Freedoms podcast, the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym. Okay. And then I don't even know what happened, but yeah, so that's when, hang on. That's when the orientation is into the bootcamp and the mastermind. It's the same orientation. It's at 1 p.m. Oh, it's going off on me. 1 p.m. UK time. Okay. So it's every month. So again, if you're watching on the replay and you're like, I don't have it to invest this month, then that's cool. If you want to invest and just get going, then let's do that. Okay. So again, and I'm consistent in that, and I'm not that whole scarcity. The whole world will fall in if you don't sign up by the 6th, blah, 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 blah. No, the next month, you've got that opportunity. Not a problem. Go lend the money, the $55, ask for all your birthday presents, your Christmas presents, and get it done. I would say I'm not a big fan of like, put it on your credit card, whatever. I think you can pay with PayPal as well. So it's the first Monday of the month. We have a live orientation into the bootcamp. And if you've just got questions about it, you can schedule in there. I'll give you the coupon code for that and the link. And so I'm teaching you how to create the model for your program as well on a long-term basis. So after your masterclass, that becomes a deadline of, okay, for those of you who want to move forward, this is when we're going to go live. And if you want to buddy up, come to that and come together, right? Okay, cool. If you've got any comments, I will come back, I promise. Hang on. All right, so you will see that there are testimonials in the Spiritual Business Book Marketing Masterclass. Again, there's lots of things in here. I am gifting those for the women entrepreneurs. I'm gifting them right up until the 22nd of December. So the rest of this year, there will be 50. They will be coming on a first come, first serve basis. If you know of anyone, have them go into the masterclass and join me on the next live, or have them DM me and I will send you the link, send them a link and the coupon code. Barbara, thank you again for referring a close friend of yours to that. And thank you, Hyacinth, for thinking of a close friend. And thank you, actually, Natalie, as well, for thinking of a friend as well. It really does matter. It's beautiful. And so these one-on-ones are gifted to masterminders. So even if you're giving them, and I teach you to give them free, paid, or as a bonus, and I do all of that. Again, I wasn't planning on offering them, but I'm like, okay, let me. So again, this presentation is for those who are 100% ready in fearless receiving mode. You're ready to have that contribution and receive that financial freedom. I am challenging you. Are you here to learn how to receive? Arms wide open. You need to learn how to receive as well. And beginning with the end in mind, right? I'm sure you've heard this quote: conceive, believe, achieve. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's a quote by Napoleon Hill. And in the mastermind, we will go through Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You've heard of Think and Grow Rich, right? I've got the mastermind. I've got the workbook. We've got the success journal. and we've got the mastermind book itself. So we will go through, because he talks about, I'm going to actually put those down because they're like he talks about your purpose and what you give in exchange for that. And on the vision board, I know I keep going down. On the vision board challenge, I give you a financial freedom statement to actually say every day, as well as playing your vision board every day. I'm going to come back. No, actually, hang on. What days of the week will you be doing the Q&A for the sessions for the bootcamp? Okay, thank you. I will answer that. Oh, is it 10 a.m.? You stayed up all night? What? Barbara, thank you. So the Q&A for the bootcamp is the same Q&A as it is for the book and the 5-day challenge. So I don't add extra days. Oh, hang on. I'm not sharing it. Hang on 1 second. The Q&A is the same day as the 5-day challenge. So that's what I teach you in your business. Have an orientation, right? And batch your calls. So people are like, well, the first Monday of the month, guys, just don't schedule anything. And so we have the orientation into the bootcamp, but also we have the Q&A on the first Monday to Friday of the month. So say you've done the 5-day challenge, it's like, then what? So the gifted Q&A is you can go through the 5-day challenge and get some support. You can go through the bootcamp and get some support. That Q&A will then be available again, and you can use your coupon code in October. You can use it in the November, December, January, February, March, and April. I'm not there in May. So you can choose what month to use it, or you can use it at your earliest convenience and then upgrade for another Q&A throughout another month up through before April. Or for those who come in the mastermind, that $111, you will get all of those Q&As, as well as the 40 plus hours, whichever hours that you can make. Okay. It's a no-brainer offer, right? No-brainer. All right. So the quote suggests from Napoleon Hill that all thoughts eventually become things. Here's my thoughts becoming things. Hang on 1 second. Let me take this off. Does that answer your question, Barbara? I think it does. Hang on, let me see. Oh, if you guys just saw how much I am playing with this. Hang on. So, move you over. So the quote suggests that thoughts become things. So when we have our vision board, our thoughts become things. And so for me, I had my book on my vision board. Here it is. Here's this business model. I wanted spiritual business success. I love it. So, and that focusing on negative thoughts will keep you stuck in that mindset. So shifting from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness is our only goal, right? And as part of the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym, I have a quiz that where you can see where your mindset is at and your energy. So that's your energy, your thoughts, and your actions and your words that you speak. A poverty consciousness versus a prosperity consciousness. It also implies that achieving a difficult task begins with conceiving it as a possibility and even believing that it can be accomplished. Hill also said that when defeat occurs, it can be a sign that a plan needs to be rebuilt and that one should set sail again towards their goal. It doesn't, failing forward is what I call it, okay? I failed forward publicly lots of times. All right. So the law of income, you're going to love this. I'm going to share with you a book. Well, I went to T. Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind. So when it came up as a Facebook ad, I was like, okay, it's very soon. I think it's the end of October, and I'm not going to it. I wanted to, but I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to go. So the law of income, you will be paid. So this is the law of income, that you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. That's a quote by T. Harv Eker. The law of income, you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to the marketplace. I'm going to dive in because I've got some notes on this. And so let me just, so we're going to show up, speak out, and serve deep, right? And so here I've got this equation that he says. And so he's got this in his book, and I'm just going to read it. And I might even actually put my glasses on just so I can read it well. And I might just take myself off the screen so you can focus. Hang on 1 second. All right, so not that way. Hang on. 1 second. So demand plus supply. All right. Robert says, yes, it does, but it will also go through your calendar links again to make sure I understood it properly. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. 5 days. The book and the boot camp, same office hours, Monday to Friday, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Thank you, Barbara. All right. Okay. I have this principle. This book I actually bought when I was homeless at the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I'll talk about that story in a second. So there are 4 income factors that determine almost to the penny how much you will earn: demand, supply, quality, and quantity. The demand for your value means how much the marketplace, like out there online, wants it. To create speed wealth, you must offer a hot product or service which is in high demand. When I first started Fitnessland, he says, people tried to buy equipment while I was still renovating the space before the store opened. Within 3 weeks of opening, customers were lining up outside the door. I made 11,000 net profit on my 6th Saturday because my value was in high demand. Number 2, supply. Supply of your value reflects how much the marketplace has already has of your product service and how readily available it is elsewhere. Have you heard when people go, oh yeah, I do the same as you do? And I'm like, nah, dude, you don't. No, you don't. No, you really don't. So people will teach course creation, book writing, blah, 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 YouTube, what have you, not in the way that I teach it. They won't, they don't. And nobody out there will touch what you do if you package up your business the way that I'm sharing with you. I'm just saying. So why does a brain surgeon earn as much in one day as a gas station attendant earns in a whole year? Because he or she has rare and specialized skill that is critical when needed. Put bluntly, there are millions who can pump gas, but few who can fix brains. So when supply is limited, value increases. So think of real estate. An oceanfront property is rare and extremely limited. Therefore, it is in higher value than property in land. To increase your value in business, you must provide something few of us have or do something in a way that nobody else does. All right. So he says, if you deliver a lot, if you don't deliver a lot, you don't get paid a lot. So the third thing is quality of your value. Does this make sense? So it's called Speed. Oh, so the book is called Speed Wealth: How to Make $1 Million in Your Business in 3 years or less. The quality of your value. So I wanted to build $1 million a year business idea and model, and I didn't want to burn myself out, and I didn't want to list build, so it wasn't out there. So I decided to create it myself. Quality. The quality of your value means how good your products or services are, and just as important, how good you are at your business. The higher the quality in relation to the price, the higher in value. I have a motto in business: do it well or don't do it at all. Make it great or don't make it at all. I totally resonate with that. Does quality affect your income? You bet it does. Do you return to a business if you receive shoddy products or a lousy service? Of course not, and neither does anyone else. As for the second part, this is quite interesting. As for the second part, the quality equation, how good you are at your business. The rule is simple. If you want to be the best, if you want to get paid the best, be the best. So you want to get paid, so be the best version of you. Keep learning, studying business, study your specific field, and study the speed wealth principles as if your life depends on it, because financially it does. The quality of your value is how much your product or service you deliver. Okay, so you guys can hear me because somebody just dropped off. Of all 4 factors, most people have the greatest challenge with this one. You may have an excellent product or service and you may deliver it to the marketplace, but not in enough quantity to create wealth, especially speed wealth. If you want to get paid, you must deliver your value to people. So a little bit more, not a lot. So it says, if you want to get rich, you must deliver a value to a lot of people. So on YouTube, you can deliver the value to a lot of people. Matthew Hussey has got 3.6 million subscribers. Like, hello. So it says that's why, regardless of the business you're in, part of your revenue should come from product sales. So from your book, passive and leverage income streams. A product enhances your ability to deliver massive quantities. And I will say that the Millionaire Mind Intensive that I went to in 2000 and I can't even remember now, like a long time ago, when I was like giving up my 11, 12, 13 years ago, he's still delivering the same material around his book. I'm just saying. So regardless of the business you're in, you should have product sales. A product enhances your ability to deliver massive quantities, i.e. your book. When you have a product to sell, there are no limits on how much you can produce and deliver. Therefore, no ceiling on your income. The financial freedom doesn't come from just trading time for money, okay? So he says, if you're in a job or a service-based business, I've only got about a page to read now. You personally have to perform the service, such as giving massages, there is a definite ceiling on your income. Let's face it, there are only so many massages a masseuse can give in a day. The same limitations hold true if you're a counselor, a consultant, a professional, or anyone else working by hour or on salary. If you do not have a personal service-based business, if you do, here are 3 ways to break through the ceiling on your income. The first is offer a product, so a book, right? And a boot camp. And so he says, it's best to add on product that aligns with your current business and would benefit your current clients. You can create your own product or offer someone else's. Like when we're going out there and we're endorsing people, you can have an affiliate commission. I offer a $250 affiliate commission for my bootcamp. So if you want to be an affiliate and share it, then you can. And I made a vow that when I figured it out, then I would offer that, and I want to be able to serve you guys in that way. It makes no difference to me because it's Bootcampers, right? Okay, you can create your own product and offer somebody else's product you endorse. For example, a masseuse can offer products that benefit from health and well-being of the body, such as nutrition supplements, body oils, aromatherapy products, books on massage, yoga, and relaxation tips. So if you were an affiliate with, say, Amazon or something like that, you could offer that. The second way is to clone yourself. So like a boot camp. So he says the idea is to train or hire others to work for you instead of a sole consultant. So for me, I will have soul guided instructors take over some of my office hours. He said your own consulting company with 5 or 10 or 50 consultants working for you. This is simply a way to deliver more value to the marketplace, which results in more income. I've got one little bit to read and then I will come back on the screen. Let me know if this is making sense. If neither of the above choices are viable and you are adamant about staying in personal service or a job, you will probably need a second source of income, preferably one that has potential to create wealth. Today, there's dozens of distributors, blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to share that with you because this is the book. It's called Speed Wealth. When I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, I was like, I don't even understand any of this. Like, I really didn't. So I was like, I have no clue. I went there homeless. I was homeless. I was £160,000 in debt. Yes, it does, but it will also go through the. Oh yeah, you already said that. All right, let me go through. All right, the money's in the list versus the money's in transformation. The money is not in the list. The money is in your transformation that you provide. They're lying. If the money was in the list, why have we got a 1% conversion rate then? Just saying. So what if you have money blocks like I did? Right? We play the vibrational money voucher game over 50 days, right? Over 50 days, that means you're visualizing. And the vibrational money voucher is what my Soul Legacy Journal gives you. And so it's a game to have experiences, spend your time, your money, and your energy, and make memories with your soul clients, your soul family, and your soul tribe, because it begins with that vision in mind. And the rule is you tithe 10%, and there's no paying bills, there's no savings, and you carry over the remaining balance every single day up until Financial Freedom Sunday, and then you spend the vibrational money voucher, right? I love it. That's what got me into the vibration. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Is it okay with you if I keep this simple and bypass the list building for a second? I'm sure it is. List building and the traditional salesy business model didn't work for me. Did it work for you? I don't think it did. So I invested this much to learn and more, right? And a lot more. 2K to learn joint venture partnerships. I quickly said joint vision partnerships. And I talk about that on our monthly call, our media kit collab call, our 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit. And the 4th step of my bootcamp, I talk about tribe attraction partners, soul tribe attraction partners, hangouts back in the day, YouTube. Let me see what you can see. YouTube, I invested. That program is like now a few thousand. LinkedIn, $1.5 publications, another grand. Webinars with Kimber Luna, I actually paid. She had rocket with webinars. She made millions. She went from welfare to million with webinars. So this is a masterclass. I did a webinar, and that was the first webinar that I did as one of the bonuses in the masterclass. And I made 2K on the webinar through 2 people signing up. So I actually had a 15-minute session with her. And she said, you know, doing webinars is like printing money. Facebook groups, Facebook challenges, podcast summits, YouTube ads, Amazon ads, the retreats, all the things. I've invested a ton, and all the programs had missing pieces. They did not have all the things that put together. I've put it together in a way that I love, that creates life-work balance, that I can earn while I learn and travel while I teach, because my business is scheduled out. And the main thing for me is scheduling out my business. And I know some of you are like, why do you show me so many links? I'm like, dude, I want to be on the beach while you can schedule yourself into my business. And it's consistent. It's like, where will she be? She'll be here on the first Monday of the month. She'll be here on the last Monday of the month. She'll be here on, do you know what I'm saying? Like the business model is not hard. Once you look at 1 month, you'll be good. You'll get it. It's the next month and the next month. So I wanted all of the same benefits that you probably wanted to have, aligning my movement, my message, and my money via my author and authority media platform using video. So do you want to leverage your time, money, and energy? Stop trading just time for money and energy. Let me know if any of these resonate with you. A more tangible service, an automated delivery of your service. I have all of these now. Automated delivery, repurposing your video content. This is in the Soul Legacy Academy. With my YouTube channel, it's the Soul Legacy Academy content as well. All right. Systematic enrollment funnel. Can I get an amen? Multiple streams of income. I bought a book called Multiple Streams of Income from Andrea Lee. I did not have a clue. Serving more people globally, 24/7. It's supposed to say 365 days of the year. Online marketing message. I'm sure you want that. Your author and authority. Be an author and authority on your topic. Add credibility and influencer status. Have referrals and success stories. You guys have seen some of mine. You are my success stories. You're amazing. JVs, meaning joint vision. Affiliates, selling your stuff. You can sell my stuff. And as you partner up, as I teach you in the bootcamp, you can go out there and you can go get featured and you can partner with people and on TV, radio, podcast, YouTube. But there is a way to do it, and there is a way to offer affiliate commission, and there's also a way to earn affiliate commission. All right, if you choose to. Some people are like, affiliates, but like it's there if you want to. And the fastest soul path to your financial freedom goal. That is probably what you wanted. That is what I wanted. And so the 4th stage on my 1-page plan is YouTube videos. And so I know that people talk about Facebook ads. And so you can run YouTube ads to your YouTube videos. Once you've got the back end of your business done, it's worth it, because every video is promoting your book and promoting your services and your retreats and your blah, 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 right? So we sit down and do YouTube ads, but that isn't the first thing that we do in our business. I know I wrote a book about it, but it's not the first thing. All right. So YouTube ads with an aligned business model. Let me just see what I actually had on those slides. Oh, the statistics for YouTube. I don't even know. I don't need to convince you of YouTube, right? It has 2.5 billion active users on YouTube. I don't need to even go through all of those statistics. I'm just going to skip that. Hang on. I've lost my little presentation window. I don't even need to do that, do I really? We know the revenue and all the things and the users. We use it and we use it daily. And the people use it to support their buying decision. All right, for YouTube. So the statistics, viewers, 70% of viewers have made a purchase decision after seeing a brand on YouTube. YouTube is one of the top social media platforms, the second largest search engine in the world, owned by the first. There's so many statistics, I'm not even going to go through them. I made a vow that when I figure this stuff out, I would share it far wide and deep and never let anybody be outpriced. And so in the masterclass bonuses, I mean, yeah, the masterclass bonuses, this one-page plan is your friend. Download it, do the homework, do your maths, and let's figure this out together. So this worked better for me. I'm going to probably cry in a second. This worked better for me when I knew my personal and professional soul wise. Let me know if this is still resonating with you guys, and if you're finding value. All right. So, do you know your soul why? So, I'll share how I discovered my soul calling as a result of going through my dark night of the soul and my spiritual awakening. Hence the co-author book series, because it was through all of these areas of my life I was rebuilding my life. I've rebuilt my life many times. I want to share with you how I discovered my soul calling as a result of gathering these tools, the vision board and the journaling, that helped me travel my spiritual ascension journey up the emotional scale. So I'm in vibrational harmony, in love, joy, freedom, empowerment, as Barbara says, in authenticity as well. So I want to share how I discovered my soul calling as a result of packaging up my knowledge and serving and that spiritual alchemy process. This is me alchemizing the depths of what I've been through and giving it to you and saying, do you know what? Here's a framework. There's freedom within that. Go for it. So, number one best-selling author. This was the proof copy of my paperback. And so packaging it all up, right? So I dedicate this book to my world. I can't even explain how much you light up my soul, and I can't actually read it on here. So I'll read it from the book itself. Excuse me. Try not to cry because like it means the world to me. So my two children, firstly, oh gosh, dedicated in love and memory of my son. I'm going to start crying. Darnell, Nelly, my firstborn. Oh wow, my ickle big man. My daughter Mia, Mimi, my ride up, my right hand ride or die, my little lady. Oh gosh, my Darnell's daughter, my granddaughter Brooklyn, and her little brother Teddy, my grandson, and my daughter and my granddaughter's mum are having a baby, and they're due next month. They're due a week apart. To my family, to my soul family, my soulmate yet to manifest, to my soul daughter, my godchildren. I have now 8 of them. One of my godson's mums passed. I had 4. My best friends, my friends, to the loved ones who are no longer with me for the ride. Lots of people, including my dad and my big brother. You touched me and my life in big ways and small ways. I don't even have to say, I know you all know. To Robin, my soul sister, my beautiful ride or die, who has seen me, heard me, and felt me every step of the way to birthing this book. Thank you all for loving me so hard and making me a better version of me. Okay, so I didn't cry too much, right? And so this piece is for you guys watching on here. Hang on. The Soul Guided Influencers Way. Hang on, 1 second. Excuse me. So the Soul Guided Influencers Way equals the 11 principles for starting, building, and growing a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with me, Iona Mead. You'll learn how I went from the poverty line to crossing over the prosperity line by moving my magnetic needle in my online spiritual business with ease, grace, and flow. The poverty line versus the prosperity line. You'll see how launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with a successful online spiritual business on YouTube starts with a prosperity consciousness. Encouraging words from the editor. Thank you. Sorry, the book is great, Iona. You should be really proud. It certainly made me want to sign up and be part of your soul tribe. You have a great way of making the reader feel like you're talking directly to them, which is alone is a skill. Much like the way that YouTubers connect with their subscribers through their videos. You make what you say personal and relatable. And you would cry, it's going to get worse. So the Global Networking Hub is a way for you to go through this. Masterclass is in the Global Networking Hub, but it's also a way for us to create a movement as a collective for soul-guided influencers who have a media kit. And so I meant to change this actually. It's one of the old calls. On the first Monday of the month, we have the Global Networking Hub. We have we have the Movement Marketing Media Kit collab call. Collaborating is the power. And so you can come into the Global Networking Hub at the soullegacyacademy.com and jump on one of our monthly calls. And I know that you guys came on the one. I paused these for a bit, and the 1st of September was where I came back on, and then we've got the 6th of October. So that first Monday of the month is a heavier day for me, but I love it. And so we talked about sharing your spiritual awakening story on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, and the others of you who are on here are sharing that one-page template. And so you'll see that that bio and that collaboration and that freebie and your book all do really tie together. And so this authority and author and authority platform, this pitch template and the joint vision partner tracker is for boot campers and masterminders. And like I said, for where I get featured. When I reached out to a lady who joined the Facebook group, I saw that she had a podcast, and I said, you know, are you looking for guests? And she's like, I'm about to start it back up. I will be looking for guests. So wherever I share my story, if it's relevant to you guys, I will share that with you. And I've started a post on I've started it. Thank you, Barbara. I think Hyacinth. I've started a post where I'm inviting you guys to, when I see something on Facebook, if they're asking for guests, I will share it with you guys to share your spiritual awakening story. Take your own book and our book on a virtual book tour and a 12-month media visibility plan. It's time to get visible. It really is, to contribute in the way that your vision is. Begin with the end in mind. And I will be sharing how I learned to bounce back from my dark night of the soul and share my spiritual awakening story of how I went from being homeless, bankrupt, divorced, burnt out to working remotely as a spiritual entrepreneur, hitting #1 best-selling Amazon author status in 7 days in 7 categories, and setting out to attract my soulmate or using dating apps and manifesting work-life balance, all while using my intentional living codes boards. Do you know what? That just really lights me up. Exceptional value being provided. Absolutely, every time. We're at the 2.5 hour mark, so I'm just going to power through this because it is a 4-hour training. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, 4 hours, but there's just so much to connect together while I have you here. It's just beautiful, really beautiful. I'm probably not going to get through all the slides, but I'm good with that. So the Spiritual Business Vision Board for spiritual biz YouTubers from scratch. My book was on my vision board, and I gave myself a year to write it. 7 categories, 7 days. I hit it. I smashed it. I couldn't believe it. Oh, and actually, hang on. Let me go back, because I don't even know where it is actually. In the playlist, or in the playlist for this challenge, there is, I'm going to go back. There is a, hang on 1 second. In the playlist, there is a video from, what's she called? Rhonda Byrne. And Rhonda Byrne was talking about, and I shared this with one of my co-authors, Rhonda Byrne was talking about how manifestation works. And she said, somebody said, well, you know, you teach manifestation without taking action. She said, I never said that. I said, you have to take inspired action. And she said, when she wrote The Secret Movie, and I didn't know this, that she didn't give herself a year to write. She visualized it for a year, The Secret Book. And she said, then she wrote it in 2.5 weeks. The Secret Book, it came through her. She said, it flows through you like you're just the universe. It just flows through you like it's effortless. And all of a sudden you have a book. And so I gave myself a year to write my book. I visualized it. I was like, I'm #1 bestseller. I didn't even know how I was going to do it. And I did it, made myself a #1 bestseller. And then I gave myself a year to write it. I actually wrote mine in 11 weeks when I was fostering. I had 3 children in my car, and I was like, oh man, I meant to take an actual year to write it, but life didn't work out like that. So when you start to write your book with me, it will feel effortless, right? So Robin, my movement maker, we in the playlist again, there's where I launched my book on book launch day. Hang on, let me just move this. Let me move that back over here. 1 second. All right, so book launch day. Imagine your book launch day. That this was on pre-order a year before I actually wrote the book, right? We celebrated. I didn't even know what was going to go in this book. I hadn't written it. All right, so Robin says, I purchased the book as an additional guide to the trainings I received from my owner through the Soul Legacy Academy and the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network. Once again, she blew me away. I expected the book to hit a few points of her teachings. Little did I know until now that she produced a book that could be actually a standalone. She left no stone left unturned. Granted, I obviously recommend her trainings in addition to the book. I love the interaction. Just saying, she nailed it. All the points in the process of building a spiritual business, expanding that presence on YouTube, and work-life balance. Can you imagine when you're getting, I haven't really put my book out there because I've been building the framework to share it with you. I'm about to go because it's about to go off. I'm about to really launch it. And so I launched the paperback in the proof copy. And Robin says, and she forwarded the book for me. Thank you, Robin. And so this is where people read part of your book. And Robin did the foreword. She said, after taking a leap into the realm of spiritual business entrepreneurship, following the so-called gurus on social media, I was at my wit's end, feeling stressed and confused. They all said the same thing: build a list. The money's not in the list. A 1% conversion rate. The money is not in the list. The money's in transformation, just so you know. So that was it. And if I say build a call list. So I have calls for you, a call to conversation, not a call to action. I actually want to serve you. Like the money's in there in that transformation by calling people. Anyway, so that was it. That was the focus. I will go on my soapbox. To get started and maintain business, build a list, just offer a freebie so you can gather names on an email list for people to contact people via email. No, it's not in alignment. And I'm not saying I don't have your email when you come to the masterclass bonuses, but you don't ever feel like I'm just taking your name and email, right? So I said to Robin, thank you so much for the dedication. She said, you're welcome. She's beautiful. Paperback, that was the proof copy. You get a line through it. I have testimonials, my picture on the book. I'm just buzzing. Thank you so much for everybody who has joined my readership community. When you go to the course that goes inside of this, which I will show you, hang on, you'll see, and Hyacinth, I've actually added your pictures as well. So this is www.thesoullegacyacademy.com/courses/masterclass. Enroll here and you get the masterclass bonuses. Kate came to this masterclass, give a testimonial of her one-on-one session, and so did Gina. Inside here is the replay, the homework, the slides, the global networking hub that I'm talking about coming to the monthly call, the free chapter of my book. There's 3 free chapters there. How I became #1 on Amazon right through that day, that launch day. Accessing the free chapter group coaching VIP day if you want to be a masterminder. The one-on-one session, which I will gift some of you, but not everybody. The cheat sheet, which shows you the 6 steps in my system. The YouTube Soul Tribe income attraction model, which I talked about on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. You'll see how important that is now, and that bio. The 1-page plan that I keep pointing to. A guide, how to visualize what you want and how to get it, because we know we've got to begin with a vision in mind. My breakthrough session, clients, their success stories. That's what you want to gather. And I say 2-way testimonials because when you get a testimonial, you'll realize the power of what you do. Until you get somebody actually saying back to what you do, you're kind of guessing. It's beautiful. My first episode on the Soul Legacy TV, my first ever webinar, November 2015, slides and the cheat sheet for that. You'll see how it's very similar to this, but this is evolved. My first ever session, my first co-author book series, Rising Above Adversity. My daughter interviewed me for my summit. It was how to fulfill your life's purpose and get paid in the process, and then a tribute to my son. Now I'm going to shut that down. I think I've got the inside of that. And so if you want to see my first ever webinar, right, on my first ever channel, it is in here. And so these guys said that my webinar was flawless. And I'm like, how is it going to be flawless? Like, what? So I have live Q&A at the end, and I'm telling the story, etc. And then Dana was a student of mine, and I got her ready to feature for my summit. But all of the mastermind bonuses are in here. Masterclass, sorry, including the one-page plan. All right, this one-page plan for you to download. So hopefully you get that. I'm going to just shut some stuff out. My book on Amazon, my bio on Amazon. I'm going to shut these out real quick because I want to really respect your time. My read it now. So, and then I teach you guys. I did my book with the title, the front of the book cover, not the back cover, and the description. And I got it to number 1 on Amazon in 7 categories in 7 days. I would love a review. If you have read this book, I would appreciate that. And so this is where there's a sample of reading a book, right? And so the back end of my business, my co-author collab, is in there. And so my masterclass, this masterclass is for book readers. And so I walk you through as you write your book, actually the invitations that you'll make for your guys, and the principles that you will share and your way. All right. So this is just a sample of what somebody can read before they purchase the book. Subscribe to my YouTube channel right there. I don't know if the links work or not, but the 5-day course that goes inside the book, and then meet me as the author and the Soul Legacy Academy, and then stop enjoying this sample. So I share with you how to write your book in a really powerful way. Right, let me go back to the slides. All right. I'm going to, we've got a little bit, I think we've got an hour and 15, and I'm not going to go over time. But I really do appreciate you guys being here with me. I know it's a long time. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you've got a drink and you're comfortable, if you're still taking notes, if you are still engaged, you're still here with me. Thank you so much, because we've been going for, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I put my book on my spiritual business vision board, and I lived into the chapters that I wanted to write. Live into the chapters. So Bob Proctor, the late Bob Proctor, says that the best books are the ones that you live in to write. And he wrote a book called Born Rich, I think it's called. And he said he took like 13 years or something, or 20 something years, I can't remember, a long time to write this about, I can't remember, a long time, over a decade, maybe 2. And then he took another 10 years or something to create a course around his book. Bob Proctor. Yeah, exactly. All right. So the Vision Board Challenge, again, it's in the Global Networking Hub. So the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge is in the Global Networking Hub. And so is the Vision Board Challenge. All in one place. All right. All in one place for you. So when I teach you to create your YouTube challenge, so the YouTube challenge is in a box method, I have you package up that challenge, the first challenge that I teach you to do, the lifestyle one, and create a passive income stream out of it, and put your homework in your online teaching platform, and then offer the 2-hour monthly coaching call. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for those who are, when you're doing your offerings on a daily basis, like you're doing your podcast, for podcast listeners, it's like, it's $7.77. If you want to go for my Vision Board Challenge, get the homework, and when you come with me live, you'll win a 2-hour coaching call. Ethical bribes all the way. As I was creating this, somebody purchased it. I was like, oh. Harrison says, I'm right here, fully present, haven't moved from your seat. Yay! I will share with you guys the business model behind the YouTube challenges in a box method. I'm streaming this out on my YouTube channel, and I've also created a passive income stream. And I talk about this on the Vision Board Challenge. And I talk about, I think it's Radley Valentine. He has, he created a course. I can't remember how many. I'll find those. But we leave it on our YouTube channel, and we still create a course. So it's still gathering watch time, and it's still for our students. So if you sign up for the bootcamp, I will gift you the homework. And it's like, why would I want that? Because you'll learn how to package up your stuff. And two, you need to begin with a vision in mind. Like, hello. We get it, right? We get it. Your income can only grow to the extent that you do. So this is where I'm supporting you to grow to the extent that you need to grow to your income. So the Soul Legacy Wheel, don't reinvent the wheel. I did. And so the Soul Guided Influencers Compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. This is the contribution, the health, the emotions, the environment, the relationships, the spirituality, and the financial freedom. If you don't have a vision for it, you're kind of going to get stuck, and the vision is not going to work. So what your North Star values are, that's like you living an intentional life. And I talk about this more on the Vision Board Challenge, so I'm not going to go into that. The bonus for those of you who sign up for the vision board, sign up for the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. Yeah, if you've scheduled or you're due to schedule in a one-on-one with me, that is cool. But for those of you who sign up live, while we're live, right, you will get the bonus for the spiritual business and life work balance coaching. That's an entire year of coaching with me and a membership for the lifestyle stuff, to move from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. Do it at the weekend. All right, I'm just saying. So it's $77. So if you are interested, right, if you are interested, then let me know. If you're interested in the mastermind or the bootcamp, you need to let me know on this masterclass live, and then you will get a year's worth of coaching. It's not for everyone, and I have to honor that. Either you actually go and sign up for the bootcamp now, or if you want to go to the mastermind, let me know. If we've got a call scheduled in, let me know on this live, because I'm only honoring that for those people that show up live. If you're on the replay, show up live, and I will honor that for you. I will give you 2 hours of coaching per month. It's group coaching, but your income can only grow to the extent that you do. It's not, spiritual business success isn't about just the business. All right, let me know if you are interested. I'm interested in the bootcamp, Iona. I'm interested in the mastermind, and you will get that 2 hours of coaching per month. I'm excited. So there's an intake form. You're like, shit, no, another intake form. Absolutely. And what it does is it shows you what area you want to work on, what area you're dipping in vibrationally, going down the lower vibrational scale emotionally, and what we need to do to restore that balance and that harmony and that alignment. This is lit. Like, it doesn't matter if one person is on, it doesn't matter if 5 people on, 10 people on, 100 people on. Eventually we'll have breakout rooms, and I will have soul guided instructors helping me as it grows. But if nobody shows up, I get time off. Like, I've scheduled out the time. Like, it's scheduled out for 7 years. Look at this right here, 2030. I'm not kidding. Like, this is me automating my business, but serving you hard. Like, no, I've packaged up my specialized knowledge like nobody else out there. Like nobody else out there. I show up for you. I don't shove you on an email list. Right? This is a business model that has been downloaded for light workers through me, right, at the Soul Legacy Academy, to launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy, and do it with ease, grace, and flow. I challenge you to go find somebody else out there who cares enough to put all the calls to conversation to keep you accountable. If actually once a month, set your intentions, and I'm there with you daily on the lives, going through it myself, sharing my own journey. Nobody does that. I'm just saying, this presentation is ready for those who are 110% ready to learn a new way. We teach what we need to learn the most. I needed it, so I'm teaching it. I get louder. Let me just like pause for a second and have a drink. Okay. I'm just saying, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. I'm right here, fully present. Okay. Wow. You just covered my question. I had about create my course. Yes, but that is only the YouTube challenge. I'm teaching you guys to create three YouTube challenges. One that's self-study in your book, 5 days. Then you have the upgrade, like Q&A, and that's an ethical bribe. And then the 7-day with the Q&A, like it's only once a year for your challenges. You do them live at first. and then the Movement Marketing Media Kit that had Q&A right after it, and it had and then it has the monthly call and the community with it. And the third challenge that I teach you to start with is a lifestyle one, and that one is the Vision Board Challenge, which we create a course out of, and then we have a 2-hour monthly coaching call to support your guys, and then you gift that coaching call as an ethical bribe, and mine is valued. I'm giving you $924. You're investing in the bootcamp, it's $555. Like, hello. Like, it's lit. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah. Barbara said, I'm interested in the bootcamp. What do I do to fill in right now? This is a year when it all happens for me. Yes, it is. Yes. Woo-hoo. We'll do it on your call. You're in. You're in. Woohoo. Awesome. Oh, I love it, Barbara. Let's go. And I said to you, I remember saying to Barbara, look, this is because we get worried about doing self-study. And I'm like, no, because I know you want to offer value, but it's like, here's this model. I love it. Yes. Hyacinth says, I want to participate in the boot camp, the mastermind, truly everything, because I'm ready. Yes. I got you. We've got our call in 2 days. Let's go. The masterclass showed me how my book can be more than a product. It can be the bridge to the transformation and connection. This is why spiritual business book marketing and doing it on YouTube and packaging it up in courses and getting watch time, doing a challenge annually, ethical bribing people. It's all in here. I love it. That's why I couldn't wait to come live. This is me marketing. This is me. Oh, Hyacinth and Barbara. I'm cool. Natalie was on here. I don't think she's on here now, but she's in the boot camp anyway. But you guys can come to the what is that called? The orientation. All right. Oh, my actual flask. I did it this morning and it's cold now. Okay, cool. All right. So I am going to keep to time. So let me just do, I think I want to flip back. We teach what we need to learn the most. Okay. Virtual book tour and 12-month video visibility plan. I wrote my book and my plan as an ambitious spiritual coach, myself, an earth angel, author, an entrepreneur, and soul guided influencers, because I wanted to share my light work in the world, and I couldn't find anything out there where like people were showing me to be authenticity is everything. Barbara, I don't even know. We'll look that up, because the vibration of authenticity, as Barbara said, is just off the charts. And I needed to be authentic. Living in alignment and living with the intentional living codes means living in alignment with your values, and authenticity is one of mine. So who am I? Hang on, they're jumping. 1 second. Let me go back. 1 second. All right. So the universe gave me signs and nudges, and I took soul-guided action steps. I conceived, I believed, and I achieved my book idea, and I manifested a unique way. I didn't know the hows. So again, who am I and why am I presenting this to you? As a founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, I teach you to launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. As a founder of whatever you are founder of, then you will have your own tagline, and you will have that launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy, but you'll have your guys do your system, right? And you notice that ease, grace, and flow is on my media kit. So do you have any questions, aha moments? Put them in the chat on replay. You guys are already doing that. So we talked about this, 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 boot camp, the orientation. Okay. So I'm the host here at the Soul Legacy TV, YouTube, podcast, and YouTube Summit, and the host of the Spiritual Awakening annual video podcast and summit, and that will be coming next October. So I'm sharing with you my spiritual awakening, the spiritual ascension tools, the spiritual alchemy, and I will share with you the after show and the giveaway. And you guys as co-authors can give a gift to our giveaway. So as the producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, and I need subscribers on my YouTube channel so that I can have a membership in my YouTube channel. So if you guys know of anyone, tell them to subscribe. So I call myself the Earth Angel for Soul Legacy Leavers. And in my MMMK bio, in the challenge, I share that I am a spiritual book and online business mentor, a business model mentor. So I can claim that, right? I can claim that. So whatever you do, you'll be able to claim. And so I teach ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs, right? So let me do what is on the bio. So I feel blessed to teach ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, and entrepreneurs how to start, build, and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. We co-create a high-paying one-to-many soul client funnel formula using their author and authority media platform with video. We focus on aligning their movement, their message, and money so that they can create multiple and passive income streams whilst launching, leading, and leaving their soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. You guys know I do that. It's not just a bio, right? It's based around what I do, what my system is, and how I do it. So the bio that I teach you guys to do on the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge, it's a short bio, who I feel blessed to teach and why, and what we do, and what the outcome is, and whether it's with ease, grace, and flow. Okay. It's a really lit bio. I love it. And people can introduce you through that. So Legacy TV Press, Public and Published, YouTube Promotions Agency. And so I will do in the mastermind, I will give an ISBN numbers, and I will actually put the Soul Legacy TV Press on your books if you want me to, if you want to hybrid publish. I don't have any royalties or anything like that. For those of you who are outside of the mastermind and in the co-author book series, I will share with you how to publish your book yourself, but it won't be under the Soul Legacy TV Press. That was one of the things I was like, do I have to teach people my co-authors to write a book? And I got this download and it's like, yes. I'm like, really? I have to take the teachings out of the mastermind and give it to them? Yeah, okay, right, because I had this vision. I get it. And I'm like, and then it's like, do I have to put the Soul Legacy TV Press, Public and Publish name on it? And it's like, no. I was like, I can do it then. So I will share with my co-authors how to publish a book. If you're in the mastermind, I will publish it under the Soul Legacy TV Press if you choose to. That means you get an ISBN number. I think it's 2 or 3 that you might need. I've used 2 so far. But when you publish a paperback and the Kindle, and I'm not sure about the Audible, but because I haven't done that yet, and I will, and I'll show you how to do that. I know how to do it. I just haven't done it because I sniff, because I've got a deviated septum. So I'm like, I don't want those sniffs in my thing. So yeah, we'll do that under the mastermind because that's where that teaching has come from. My earliest memory. So yeah, we've got an hour left. My earliest memory of legacy and seeing my soul path at the fork in the road was when I was 8 years old. And so I was playing out and in Leeds, in my hometown. I'm not too far away from that now. I'm in York, at the outskirts of York, in Yorkshire, in Leeds. And everybody else was playing out. So I was 8. They were playing on ball, skipping, the bicycles, all things. That's when kids played out together. And my friend, who was a little bit younger than me, was telling me about her grandmother. And she said, basically, her grandmother was drinking, and her drinking was impacting a granddaughter. And so there's me, while everybody else is playing out, sat on a doorstep, a concrete doorstep, by the way, speaking to my friend's grandmother, weighing up the pros and cons of her drinking or not drinking. Basically, the soul path of her moving forward. Like, one way I could see the vision at 8, that if she carried on drinking, this is what's going to happen. These are the pros, right? These are the cons. And if she stopped drinking, these are the pros. And so, she listened to me. And so I believe I'm an old soul. And I ran home and I told my mum what I did. And she's like, and what I said and what had happened. And she looked down at me and I looked up at her and she said, she touched my head and she's like, who's the mother? Who's the daughter? I've always been quite old like that. So you've got that soul path that you do it this way or do it that way. Do it list building or do it legacy building. I know the vision. So since I was 14 years old, I've worked in the childcare field. I've studied to degree level. I shared that on my movement marketing media kit challenge. I studied sociology, psychology, health and social care. And so I have Erlen and dyslexia. I openly say that. So there's typos. I have Erlen is, I have blue lens glasses, and lights in my face and in my eyes make me not be able to filter the written word when it's on a white background. I've got 3 ring lights in my face. And so when I'm like this, screwing my face, it's not because I can't read. Well, it is partly because I can't read very well, but that light is the distortion. So everything that I do, it takes me 3 times longer than anyone else to create it. You guys are going to fly through this. Like, it took me a really, really, really long time. I actually thought that I was stupid at school, and that's not a nice word to say, but I did. When we say in Leeds, we say thick. Like, I thought I was thick. I thought I was like, not very bright. And so I'm very intelligent. However, I didn't remember all the stuff that they taught me at school. I'm going to come over to the comments and see how you guys are doing. Hang on. Barbara says, I decided to cancel my monthly membership of someone I'm struggling to resonate with the method wise, and will use my monthly installments to pay for the boot camp. Can I get an amen? Woo, woo, yes. Woohoo! Oh, Barbara, I'm so excited. That has just made me so, so happy. Thank you for trusting me, being on this journey. Yes, I will serve you like nobody else is going to serve you. Yay! Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get into it. Oh, I love it. I'm excited. It's like anyone that signs up or anyone that trusts me on the journey, I'm like, yay! Like, it just is so powerful. I love it. Let's go. Definitely end 2026 on a high. Oh, so my first, and this is how you guys share your story throughout your teachings, but just not for as long. So when you watch my 90-minute masterclass webinar, you can do a version of that. You don't have to do it for this long. So in 2008, 2009, I went to my first coach training school, excuse me, and I attracted my first client who was in the childcare field. I worked with her for 4 months. I talk about this in the book. 4 weeks, sorry, for free. And she got mad results. I didn't really know what I was doing, but she ended up leaving a particular relationship, coming off antidepressants, not through me, but like through, consulting with her doctor and stuff like that. She just saw a different vision for herself. She got with another guy that was really lovely. She got married, all the things. It was just really beautiful. Obviously, I stayed in touch. She was a friend of mine. Second coaching client I talk about, she awakened me to my purpose and my ideal clients. And I met her at a seminar in London on the last day. I was not supposed to be there, and it was Mother's Day, so I'm big on family. So I was like to my kids, like, I really would like to stay. I've come for a day. It's a 2-day seminar. Would it be okay to stay? And my kids were awesome. So they said yes. And I was like, thank you. And so I paid for a bed and breakfast, I think it was. When I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, I was in a hostel because I couldn't even afford a hotel. And because I was £160,000 worth of debt and I was in a homeless place. Anyway, we still invest, right? And so my second client, she said, I was working with her and I was in my summer room and I was going through a messy divorce. It was just crazy. She didn't know that, but I did tell her at the end. And I focused on serving. And she said this to me. She said, let me see if I can find the actual, hang on, the testimonial. She said, what did she say? Hang on. I don't know. I want to thank you so much for helping me to improve my business and every area of my life. You'll see that the train of thought from back then is still now. And so I had a holistic life coaching for women back then, but I didn't know all the business stuff, right? And so I didn't know the online space either. She says, I want to recommend your services to all of my friends. And then she said, only for those who are ready to reach their highest potential. And that was key for me. If you're not ready to reach your highest potential, I'm like, dude, I can't help you. I can't remember where she put, there was a big hole. Like, I think it's in the bonuses for the YouTube challenges in a box method. It's in the PDF, the full testimonial. So separation of my marriage ended when I went through my awakening. I was with my ex-husband when I became aware of the life coaching and the life coaching field and the law of attraction back in I got married in 2007. By 2008, he was kind of tossing my anniversary card at me, but it felt like a real lonely, empty mess. And Barbara and I were talking, and I shared my condolences because he passed away the beginning of this year. We separated many, many years ago, and went through the messiest divorce. But I'm so grateful to him, and shout out to you, because I learned so much. The barn conversion came from that time, but being the version of me wouldn't have happened had I not have been in that marriage and been on that journey. So at one point, I contacted British training schools and I did my research. I got a loan. And one of the people that I actually reached out to was a guy called Dr. Milo Su. I think that's the next slide. But when I was doing my first teachings, I was a Get Clients Now facilitator, but I didn't know that my niche would hit marketing and business plans. Do you guys love marketing and business until now? So I was a facilitator for the Get Clients Now program. It's a 28-day marketing program. But people didn't want to get clients now. They were like, what? Get clients? No. And so Dr. Milo Stewart, the founder of the late Dr. Milo Stewart, founder of the Bournemouth Centre for Complementary Medicine, he actually helped the International College of Holistic Medicine to be founded. I was a member of them then. And he said, oh, they always use my name. And so I reached out and I had a conversation with him. And he said, lots of people asked me to speak because I wanted to connect with them, their members, and give them the Get Clients Now facilitator program, but they didn't resonate with it. So it was a mismatch. And so I was like, oh, but they need it. And so he said that most of his members needed it, but they didn't like marketing. And they said the universe is going to provide for me. And he said most of them had to go back and go get a soul sucking day job. He didn't say soul sucking day job, but he said they have to go back and get a job. And then he said, anytime, I love what you're doing, basically, and anytime, reach back out to me. And a few years later, I did, and I found out that he'd actually passed away. Many years later, again, I was with my twin flame, my ex, and we wanted a colonic irrigation, or whatever you call it. And I'd wanted one for years. Anyway, I made some phone calls. And I was like, yeah, not you, you're not a good fit. Not you, you're not a good fit. And this one lady, I was talking to her, I was like, yeah, we want to go there. We drove miles. And it turns out she was actually a student of Dr. Milo Stewart. And so all the things always come full circle to just give you that nod and that signal of you're on the right track. So back then, the recession was in full swing. Everybody had the recession mindset. Now we can see the backlash of the pandemic mindset. It's like we've got to offer more value than anyone else out there, right? So I had no cash, no clients, and no list. I don't want a list now. Well, I got a call list and students, but anyway. So I went through a messy divorce. I'm going to flick through these. I closed my business down and I got a soul-sucking day job to pay for my room in the homeless place. I was living with my daughter and away from my son. He was a teenager at the time. And I went to T. Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind Intensive, and I was £160,000, not dollars, pounds in debt. All of the whole house came to me. Hence, my ex-husband and I didn't speak for about 10 years. And then when I was giving up my home after fostering, I thought about him. I hadn't seen him for a decade. And he popped up around the corner, literally like within days. I thought about him again. He popped up again and actually gave him the furniture that we had. It was really, really nice furniture. And we reconciled and stuff. And I gave him our wedding album. And he helped me move some stuff. And the guy that was his apprentice, he was watching us, looking at our wedding album that was in my shed. I tried to throw away the wedding album, but my son was like, no, Mum, you can't do that. Looking at this wedding album, we got married in Cocoa Beach in Florida, bought a soft top. He had soft top cars. We had our detached home, all the things. In that wedding album, my son was no longer here. He'd made his transition. My dad had made his transition, and his mum had made her transition. And now my husband has made his transition. Life is so short. Life be life in. And so I say that to say that I take my life, like every single day when I'm spending time with you guys, is because I want to spend time with you. I wanted to build a business model where I made a difference. So my home was repossessed, right? Like, oh. So I went into the self-development world. I went back to London 3 times for the seminars. I went back to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, £160,000 in debt. And I went back with my ex-partner, and he kind of knew the seminar because it was the same seminar years on when I got the Spood Wealth book. Because it's based on T. Harv Eker's book, and he's not even there anymore. He does like a video link or like a video. And then I was going to go again, and I was going to take my daughter with me. And then the pandemic happened. I paid this time for the hotel, the Ibis Hotel. I paid for train tickets, and I was really proud of myself because I'd come like full circle, and I was going to take my daughter, and then the pandemic hit, and so I cancelled it. But and then the next one was a hybrid one, and it was actually on my son's birthday. All things come full circle. So the Millionaire Mind Intensive, when we talk about financial freedom, that investment in actually money and knowing what it is, money is just an energy exchange, and we say it, but we want to offer the value, a no-brainer offer. So the company that I worked for when I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive went out of business. I was paying for my room, working in a soul-sucking day job in sales, and then it went out of business, and I was back on social security benefits again. For you in the US, that's welfare. And I will come and check in with you guys. I declared my finances bankrupt in 2013. I didn't sit down and roll over. I worked on my business and on my book. It was a book that I never wrote, but I figured it out. So I went bankrupt. And so I was like, oh my gosh, from bankrupt to #1 bestseller, my credit score went down. I didn't even know what a credit score was. When we bought the house, because it was in joint names, I helped my ex-husband. He was a thatcher. So he had his craft for 20 odd years when I met him. And so he just wasn't great at the money stuff. And so I was like, we'd gone to Florida, we came back, and I was like, I went into work with him. The kids are going to work with us. And I said, yeah, we earned like 4.5 grand for a month. And that's quite good going. But the guy that he was working for, an old guy, he said, oh, thank you. The other one saw me coming. And I was like, what do you mean? Bear in mind, I didn't know anything about money before that. And he said, one guy was going to charge 7.5 grand, and another guy was going to charge 11.5 grand. And he was more skilled than the other people, but he was charging 4,500. And I was like, what? There's what's the ceiling on your income here? Like, you're trading time for money. He got sciatica, he got sick, so he couldn't do his work. And we watched the bank account go down, right? And so in order to get our house, I helped him create his business, up his prices, did his website. That's when I learned about marketing and business. I designed his paperwork, his, like, you know, the stationery stuff. I did his Yellow Pages ad. I designed it, and the Yellow Pages guy came, took my exact design, put it into the Yellow Pages ad, and charged him 2.5 grand. He upped his prices and to be in alignment with the marketplace. And we had about 24-25 grand in a year to put down on the house. All of that to say that when the house went, I ended up bankrupt. I'm like, what, universe? But it's the journey, and I teach from my rock bottom. I don't fear my rock bottom. So my credit score was rebuilt and went to excellent. I'm not somebody who borrows a lot of money or does anything like that. So I went to Empowered Women of Social Media, and I wrote in that book, Rising Above Adversity, emotional, physical, mental exhaustion. I was bankrupt. And so I learned about what I call the prosperity code, A to Z keys to manifesting soul satisfying prosperity. So when I'm sharing with you guys my story, and this is part of my story, and I'm going to share a little bit more, and then a little bit more of the teachings, but I definitely will finish in 45 minutes. So however long I get, but there's a full replay in the Soul Legacy Academy anyway. So the prosperity code, manifesting that. So I figured it out after hitting my rock bottom. So when I share with you guys, share your spiritual awakening story, I'm sharing it in a way that is relevant to where I am at. And so you guys will share your story in your presentation to where you are at. So let me just see if you've got any more. No, you haven't got any more. If you've got any more questions and any more comments, and if you've ever heard me share this story, like it wasn't easy. So in 2014 I became a #1 best-selling author of empowered women of social media. There was 100 women, and that is where I learned the power of social media. At first there was 44 women, and then there was 100 women. And so my co-author book series has come out of me doing featuring, right? It was a real game changer. That was my first experience of being a #1 best-selling author, and again a co-authored book, and empowered women of social media. So social media and collaboration, which we will do. I had no clue what that was, but I know that every single step of the way has led me to now. So we went beyond the energy of list building, and we focused on legacy building with our book. Because the books that you have on your shelves, some of the people may not be here, right? Napoleon Hill's not here, etc. All right. I knew I couldn't fulfill my big vision and soul mission alone. So my chapter in 2019, becoming a #1 bestselling author for the 365 Soulful Messages, 200 co-authors in this one. And so that's more of the format that I wanted to share in the Soul Legacy Journal. And but I didn't feel like I was part of the co-author books. I want you guys to feel like you know each other. And so I wanted to provide that support that I didn't necessarily get. However, it was such an amazing experience. Book launch day was absolutely epic. Jodie and Dan, who run this, are absolutely amazing. When I first came across this, they've done 5 in total, and they've retired the series. And so I came across it in the second series. I'm not sure how long a time span that they launched all 5 books, but I'd been a co-author and I was like, how do I do this? And so they had a book, and then my son had passed, and I was like, I can't even think of anything. I came offline for 7 weeks, delivered what I needed to deliver for a year. Then I came back offline for 3.5 years to help and heal myself first. And I just cleaned homes. I couldn't even do anything else. And so eventually they had another book that had the word soul in it. I don't know what the title was. And I said, can I feature in this particular book? And it collapsed, and they didn't do it. And then this one came up, the Soulful Messages, 365 Soulful Messages, the right guidance at the right time is what it's called. And I was like, I need to be part of this one. And they said, it's a good job because this is the last in the series. So I was so grateful. And now it's kind of that. When I did the first co-author book, I was running my the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event. When I did this second co-author book, I was running my summits, and that was Gifted to Shine. And so it's always come into this with this big launch. And so that was the second collaboration in the form of joint vision partners. And like I said, I was hosting my Divine Intervention virtual event. And people said that I was helping my speakers get ready for my summit. It was 49 soul speakers. And that's when my daughter interviewed me. And people said, I can see Iona consulting on this because I made their 2K worth it. They invested 2K, so did I, in a program to learn joint venture partnerships. It's very masculine and it's very list building. And now we focus on legacy building and joint vision partnerships. And I was like, I invested this 2K. I knew where I was going to have it in my business. They didn't know, and they didn't know the order of things, the sequence of things. It was nothing like what I'm teaching now because programs just had stuff missing. And I was like, how do I make this something that I'm proud of, that I really want to do? And so they said I could see me consulting on it, and here I am. So I learned a few things about you needing to align your movement, your message, and your money, and your spiritual awakening story, channeling angels, guides, and spirits. So 2014, I dedicate my teaching to legacy building. You can see it, right? I've built my business with joint vision partnerships. And so I've done over 130 interviews to date. Not all of that have been published, but I've done over 130. I love teaching and wanted to be in service first globally in an aligned and automated way. Seeing as I was in the UK, I was always out time zoned. I paused my event, and this is where I'm probably going to cry. And if you guys have got any questions, I'll come back in a second. I paused my event during that event. So for those of you who don't know, and I'm going to try hard not to cry because, like, I can just hear Daniel saying you're wetty. So that's my son. This is me when I was 40. I'm 52 now. And I was doing Insanity, actually, so I felt quite hot. So I imported my outfit, my hot pants, and so when we went out, we came back to my hometown, like 200 miles. So I was down in Suffolk, down towards Ipswich Way, where Barbara is. And so my son's like, Mum, you better not tell, like, my uncle, my eldest big brother, what you're wearing to go out on this night. I was like, yeah, we're going to go 200 miles. He won't see me. It's cool. And so the people were like, out, we were dancing, we took the club by storm. And well, actually, Dana was mostly on his phone to my granddaughter's mum because she was like a month before she was due. And so I was dancing, partying, all my friends and stuff, and we just had the best time. Unfortunately, Dana was 18 there, so it's like, come on, son, you've come of age, come party with your mum. Unfortunately, 18 months later, Daniel passed. He got knocked off his motorbike, and he used to ride motorbikes and quads with my ex-husband. He used to have a motorbike. And so 2015, Daniel passed. And so Cruise Bereavement Care is something, a charity that is close to my heart. I had a lady come. You had to wait 6 months, and I was like, somebody needs to come before the walls cave in, right? They didn't cave in. Every week, Ruth came to my home for me to support me, and I was running the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event at the time, and she was talking about empaths, and I was like, no, I had 2 guests that were empaths, and she's like, oh, and I said, I didn't even know what an empath was, and she's like, you're an empath. I was like, what? Yeah, I didn't know. So in the masterclass bonuses, you'll see the link for that. If this has added any value and you feel like you can donate to Cruise Bereavement Care for, you know, people that are bereaved, I've got this much loved page. So Dana was knocked off his motorbike 12 days before his 20th birthday. My soul guidance showed me I was ready to speak my soul's message and be more visible online for my YouTube videos, because I'm like, my time could be up on this earthly plane. I never thought that I would be happy again. I am very happy. I'd be more happy if he was here, but I am happy. And so my soul guidance was a thing that pushed me and that had me kept going. So I dedicate my work to my soul work to my son, and I created what I call Brooklyn Safe Haven Fund for his daughter. So the fund is now open again. It was shut for a very long time. If you feel like you can support $1, $5, whatever, pounds, I would love that. Brooklyn has just turned 12 this month. She was 1.5 when Daniel passed, and I'm going to try not to cry. I'm going to flip through these. Right, so on this screen, I'll walk you through a little bit. So on the top left-hand side, I'm going to go back, hang on. On the top left-hand side, if I move my mouse, it'll come off. There's Daniel in a brown tracksuit, and there's somebody else. And underneath that person who's laying on the floor, he's sitting on her head, as you do as a teenager. That's actually my granddaughter's mum. And obviously we've got Daniel in the middle with Brooklyn on his bike, and then him walking her in the sunshine in the park, like just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. And so there's Brooks in the hospital. There's Daniel got his hands around. She was in labour, and we were at the hospital. Apparently, nannies don't get that many rights, so I had to wait. And in his godson's mum sent me pizza while we waited with me and my daughter for my granddaughter to be born. And obviously, they're in the middle. And Daniel laid in that bed with my granddaughter's mum. They're like, "You need to leave. It's time to leave." He's like, "I don't think so. I'm here. Like I'm the father. Here I am." And so there they are. Just a beautiful, beautiful family. And obviously, he's not here to raise his daughter. So there's me stepping into that role of being the grandmother. And I talk about in the Chicken Soup for the Soul of being a grandmother to Brooklyn is very different to what I thought it would be had he been here. Now, Brooks is just growing up. She's fucking amazing. And so you'll see on the left-hand side at the top, there's a painting of my son, and she she used to sit in front of this big painting. And so Daniel was training to be a chef. He was a chef and he was like getting his qualifications. And so he came through a medium. One of his friends contacted my granddaughter's mum and said, I've got a message for Daniel's mum. He's like, he felt like there's just wherever there's an open door to get to me, he would do. And so the guy was a bit annoyed because he was training as a medium. And he's like, I've been trying for 2 years to get my granddad to come through, and Daniel rudely comes through, really strong energy. And, had messages for us. And he said, the painting, do not put my daughter in front of the painting. I can't stand the painting and I'm not there. I was like, wow. So many synchronicities. So there's Brooklyn growing up over the years, on her birthdays and her cake, and her mum got engaged and she was like the French person, the waitress and stuff, and in her Olaf outfit and a ballet and her costume. She's been to Disney, I don't even know how many times. Her mum is an amazing mum. My son chose an amazing mum for my granddaughter. I never worry about her ever. And I've paid for her ballet since she was tiny, and she's into football and all the things. She's gone to high school now. And I was speaking to her the other day, and she's like, I might have to choose between one club and another club. And it just touched me, because if Dana was here, he'd be able to take her, because her mum is having another baby, and she's got her little brother as well, Teddy. They're beautiful. He calls me Nanny as well. And there's only so much you can do with three children in tow, right? And I'm just like, it burned me, because if he was here, then she could have. I'm like, don't tell mum to ask me. Like, you can have anything you want. I'm like, do what makes you happy. And mum's like, she's got to choose. And I'm like, I don't want any part of choosing. So I just wanted to share the journey of why I do what I do as a role model for Darnell and for Brooklyn, and also for Mia, my daughter, which I'll mention in a second. So The Secret Child After Loss is the third book that I had been part of. And I share this, our soul guidance. My voice is going. Our soul guidance. I'm going to take a drink. Hang on. Our soul guidance, our love, our loss, our legacy. And so I share the story of when we went to say goodbye to Daniel at the funeral home, and my daughter just leaning over and kissing him and saying, we're still a team, just a faraway team now. No mama wants to get that phone call. No mama wants to experience that, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And I can hear Darnell going, Mum, you wait. I thought I'd escape the tears. But my spiritual awakening story, which I will share through grief. And for those of you who have seen this card, which, hang on, I'll share with you the card, me and my crying face. This is Darnell, you can see. And this card, this is me on my 40th birthday, right? And so Kyle Gray is the Keepers of the Light is this oracle deck, and I share it all the time because it does look a lot like him, or it gives me comfort. And so the Keepers of the Light. And Barbara was pulling cards for me, and so was Natalie, which I love you guys for. Thank you. So intervention and purpose. So the card says, let me go through this. Hang on. I think I've got it on the card. So the card says, divine director, intervention, and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. So my event was called the #1 Divine Intervention Virtual Event. How to fulfill your life purpose and get paid in the process. Daniel knew about that. He came to give me a squeeze as I was #1 bestselling author. And that's the event that I paused and then went ahead and did it. And so his favorite color was purple. Showed up in like a denim thing. And when I had a reading, they were like, he said he hasn't gone anywhere. He's still here, right? And so on this message, I'm not going to read it because I want to respect your time. But there's the artist is Lily Moses. Well, Daniel had a best friend called Lily. Obviously not Lily Moses, but Lily. and he had a tattoo of her and my brother and my dad on his arm, and the name and the date of births. So she passed at school suddenly during a PE lesson. It was devastating to Daniel. Daniel knew loss as well. And I think he just gave me a sign so I can be like, well, this is the message from my boy. So as you go through your spiritual awakening, your story, share it in a way, make it make sense to what it is that you do. And so this is the Raise Your Vibration. It was a gift. And when I learned, I was an AF angel. And so it was a gift to my ex, where I was working offline. I was working as a support worker and cleaning homes. And that lady is I met when I manifested my twin flame, etc. I won't talk about all of it. And we met on Bumble. And anyway, she gave him this book. And I recently bought this book. And I went on a date and I gave it to the person. I'm not even speaking to the person. I'm like, what? So anyway, raising your vibrational frequency. From Cal Gray, that is the #1 divine intervention virtual event. I'm going to go faster. Oh, so like I say, for the financial freedom, I think I'm going to end on my story. Excuse me. I didn't have life. I had life insurance, which was over $250,000. I think it was 350,000. It might have been 250,000 back then. It went up to 350,000. And I didn't have the money to bury my baby boy, right? You don't expect a child to go at the age of 19. So I was covered. I didn't have the money to bury my mum and other people, like my partner and stuff. So that financial freedom is huge. So now I did a Tough Mudder event for and I have this on my vision board, and it just manifested in a beautiful way. So I wanted to do something when I made a vow that when I got through this, if I got through this, then I would support somebody else. I would do a foundation, I would do something. So I am a grief companion support one-on-one. I did my volunteering training 2 years ago, and it's only in the last sort of 6 weeks that I have found a match for me, for a lady 10 years after Darnell passed. Her son passed in the same month as Darnell, suddenly in the night in his sleep. And I support that lady as a one-on-one grief companion support worker. That is a peer support, and it's 1 hour a week that I give back, and I tithe my time. Also for Compassionate Friends, it's specifically for bereaved parents. So that's why I went over to this charity. And thank you for everybody who supported me. And I had a co-author actually support me. And excuse me, the way that I raised money for them was doing a Tough Mudder. And if you've ever known the Tough Mudder obstacle, it is hard. But I wanted to give back. And so I give back in terms of my time and in terms of money, and I will do it again. And you can still donate to that page, actually. One of the co-authors that Natalie, did you? Oh, you did. Yay, Natalie, actually. Thank you, Natalie. And thank you, Sarah, and to all of my friends and stuff. And some of the people from the grief companion support from TCF. And so Sarah actually donated, and she donated on the same day as when I was, let me just go to that slide. So Compassionate Friends, we have soul contracts, right? The hearts is the purple hearts. If you see me with that, let me go back because it's not going to make sense. Hang on. Sarah donated when I was, I went down south. I hadn't seen my daughter and my daughter since March. This was July. And they arranged a surprise dinner for me so I could see my granddaughter and my grandson, and the two mums, my daughter and her mum are pregnant. And so it was just beautiful. And I had submitted to the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. I submitted a story for the Chicken Soup for the Grandmother's Soul on that day. They didn't know, and they didn't know what the story was. But like I say, for me being a grandmother, for my granddaughter, the awakenings have come through left and right, and the synchronicities. But the beautiful thing was, I submitted the story. I went down south. I had a surprise dinner, and during that dinner, that I had a co-author actually support the charity and hit their target, which was $333 on while I was at dinner. And so it's just that acknowledgement and that tipping from my son and the signs and the synchronicities. And so we have soul contracts. And I had that experience where I was with my grandmother when I was just about to turn 40. She lived to 101. And then I became a grandmother, but in a very, very different way. This is me going back to Leeds 8 years later with my daughter. There's 7.5 years between them. And so again, same outfit, just going back, reminiscing, remembering my son. And my daughter had just turned 18. So that was me on my 48th birthday. I don't talk about Mia as much because it's just dedicating my work. I dedicate my work to her as well, but she's an absolute dream. She is my ride or die. Like, I love it. So I submitted my story for the Chicken Soup for the Soul on that day. You might want to submit a story for the Chicken Soup for the Soul series as well. I'm going to end in about 20 minutes. So quitters never win and winners never quit. That is a little blurb. I don't know where my daughter got it from, but she wrote it on like a little stationery card thing in inch-high letters. Quitters never win and winners never quit. And we don't quit, right? We just keep going. We keep going. Our family are watching us. So my journey began as a tall poppy. The definition for a tall poppy is when other people want to cut you down when you're rising. You may have experienced that. That's why we have fear of success. And I had fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of selling. And so there was a day when my son and I came home and we said, I was looking at a field of poppies today. We both were looking at a field of poppies on a different day in a different field separately. And so poppies is part of it just reminds me of my son. The main thing that my spiritual journey taught me about myself is I do not allow my visible world to determine my physical reality. I don't allow it to determine my vibrational world, so my vibrational reality. So whatever's going on in my physical, I have to hold and maintain the vibrational frequency of my vision. And that I invite you to do the same. So the law of attraction is great, but underneath the law of attraction is a low vibration. That's why I call myself a low vibration teacher. We manifest in the visible vibrational world first. And so I downloaded the Intentional Living Codes to raise our vibration to the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. Contribution freedom is the cheers to life. C, contribution. H, health. E, emotions. E, environment. R, relationships. S, spirituality to financial freedom. And the 2 hours of the coaching call is going to support you through that. I had a vision and a value of excellence, not perfection. I'm a recovered perfectionist. I know that you guys are like resonate with that. And so this quote on the Momentum app, I suggest getting it, says, striving for excellence motivates you. Striving for perfection is demoralizing, right? And so if you guys have got any questions, I'm going to come over that. We've got 20 minutes left. And so the Soul Legacy movement is my soul calling to improve the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, escape a poverty consciousness and elevate a prosperity consciousness, one person at a time. And it starts with me and it starts with you. And if you guys don't know, I've still got hundreds of slides and you can watch on the replay the whole thing. So the financial legacy of contribution. So I actually I did a half marathon. So when you've got on your vision board, do a bucket list item and give to a worthy cause. I do. And so it makes you feel really good. And so I did a half marathon and guess what I raised? I didn't suggest raising that. It just happened to be 555, right? My angel numbers. I give to a charity called Charity Water. So I personally wanted to leave a legacy of a happy house. So I fostered 3 children under 5, twins that were 4 and 2-year-old for a year, turned my world upside down. That was another awakening. Burn out. And I went back to my vision board and it helped me out. And here I am. I'm not burnt out anymore. But I wanted to do something with that charity. And I've got training for them for volunteering as well. I haven't volunteered yet. But compassionate events, having a happy house for those who don't live in a happy house, right? And so the Happy House Project. So my daughter said, you know, when I'd given up my home, and she's like, I miss our happy house. I'm like, me too. But for the kids, I shared with them what a happy house was, right? Because they were not in a happy house, obviously. So our soul contracts, our soul clients, our soul income, soul client income, and our soul family influence. This never gets old. I love this. I can't play it, but this I did a while ago, and literally it came up on my Facebook yesterday, and I was dancing to it. It was like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, this little girl is absolutely gorgeous. She's just dancing away, just happy, like we're here to make a difference to other people's lives. So big thing for me, obviously, is the 7 freedoms frequency, to move from a poor house to a rich house. I'm not saying you're in a poor house, but the poverty consciousness is real, and it has you in a situation where there might not be as much freedom. And there wasn't for me. Living in a homeless place is not freedom, right? And so this is a program in the UK. And I said to my daughter, you need to watch this. And she went, Mom, I've been watching that for years. I was like, oh, okay. So basically, the people in the rich house, for want of a better word, and in the poor house, they have a certain lifestyle through their thoughts and their feelings and their actions and their job, how they contribute to the world. And the people that are in the poor house have some different values. So a lot of the time their values align, but their value for money and financial freedom and their value of how they want to contribute or how they are contributing are misaligned. So they end up being in the poorhouse. I wanted to bridge that wealth divide, that gap, that 10% of like the top, take the bottom 10% income earners to the top 10% income earners, right? That's part of my movement and my mission, right? A poverty consciousness, right? And so they've got a spin-off of the poor holiday, the rich holiday, where we go on holiday, what we can afford. It's really interesting to watch this. If you can, I don't know if you can watch it outside the UK. I think some of it's on YouTube. The kind of lifestyle, and even if you're like, I don't want the money, but the legacy that we're leaving, the memories that we're making, right? It matters. Like my daughter was watching me. I went from a very poor credit score. And you know, if you have a very poor credit score, I ain't buying a bank conversion with a poor credit score. There's things in the physical world. And I know in the States that the score doesn't go up this high. So the score, I played the vibrational money game, right? And I journal out this whole entire thing. And so my score went down when I had the kids, and I had to get a washing machine and stuff when I had them. Made my score knock off. I was like, if you use it, I didn't realize. And so I built it back up. So if you want to share one of your spiritual awakening stories or more in the mastermind, you can share up to 5 stories. In the boot camp, Barbara, actually, for the boot camp, you'll get another story added, so if you've got multiple stories, but in the mastermind you get the most. All right, so if you want to share your spiritual awakening story, I have a co-author book series, and I have a co-author collab call, and if you know of anyone, share this with them, and then we have our media kit for our co-authors as well. So are you committed to sharing your soul's calling and your spiritual awakening stories? So let me see, 5-page short stories. Let me go. So the categories relate to where I had a spiritual awakening, and I knew that these were the areas that I wanted to rebuild my life in. And so the categories for sharing your spiritual awakening story through contribution, purpose, career path. We've got another 14 minutes, okay, and then we'll hop off. I know I want to respect your time. Through career path, quitting a job, teachers, books, podcasts. So you guys might have like an opening now of more stories that you want to share. Health, physical pain, illness, insomnia, fatigue, diet, weight loss, weight gain, emotional freedom, anxiety, anger, depression, abuse, fear, grief, The fourth category that we're going to build up our co-author program on is environmental freedom, move, losing everything, homework, home, work, nature, need my glasses on, or travel, an awakening story through relationships, parents, siblings, children, soulmates, spouse, clients. You might have a spiritual awakening story through spirituality, universe, God, religion, church, rituals, meditation, whatever you decide, we'll put it into a category. There's those 7 categories, so it's got to fit. And the seventh category is around finances, whether that's bankruptcy, money blocks, redundancy, or unemployment. I had a spiritual awakening in all of them. So do you have any questions, any aha moments? Again, on the replay, put them in the comments. I am going to share with you how to get the coupon code for that free chapter group coaching VIP day, which is in the Soul Legacy Hub. And I'm going to just stop there because I think that we've been going long enough. And I'm going to just share with you, again, how to get into this hub. Register for the Masterclass homework. Inside the Masterclass homework, if you buy the book, you'll get inside the 5-day challenge. And I thought that was inside the Masterclass homework, to be fair. So if you purchase the book, what I have done is there's a book club in here. All right. So join the book club. There's on Telegram or on Facebook. The free chapter group coaching VIP is in here. There is a coupon code. Here you go. And there's the link if you want to join the mastermind. The bonuses. So we've got YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. If you want Q&A for how to create a YouTube challenge, I've got 2-hour coaching here. And then I've just added more here on, and it's got this, I've been doing this week. It's got teaching on how to set up your stat group, which is my women entrepreneurs in spiritual business, marketing and collabs. I share an entire everything, how I've set up this group and how you can, and how I've just everything. I'm not going to share all the secret sauce here, but this is a way to start that process of reaching out to your stat, your soul tribe avatar, in a way that they get you, you get them, you're setting up your business and then enrolling people into your programs and getting case studies for your book and also your retreats, etc. So I share with you a lot there. All right. So if you want anything, it's in this training as well. So this masterclass here is here. I'm live. I don't know if it'll start to play, but there I am live. All right. And so the secret where Rhonda Byrne was talking about, you know, what it took for her to manifest the secret book. It took her 12 weeks. Right. I love it. I had some other stuff that I wanted to share, but that's in the playlist. If you want to come to this again, it's on the last Monday of the month. I had a lot more to share, so it will be a different training. There will be more to share. If you want to do this Q&A, then there's the link here. So Barbara, there's the link for the YouTube challenges. There's the link for, yeah, we've got the masterclass. Hang on. The link for, so there's the 5-day teaching that goes with the book. Then there's tasks. And I shared with you guys that there's the YouTube challenge in a 3 steps to your YouTube Soul Tribe income attraction model. In here, keep going. So it's teachings, tasks, and talks. The Q&A upgrade is here as well. And so we go live on the first Monday of the month. Okay. Everything that I've shared with you is in here, including the links to the masterclass, etc. I've got Q&As. You can watch the past Q&As if you want to. You want to upgrade, you can use your coupon code. I talked about at the end of here is a survey, but also the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, right? It's at the end of this masterclass, this 5-day challenge, sorry. So that's the replay. Then there's your testimonials. And then we've got the next year in 350 days. So you guys have got time to build your movement, and then you'll come back on and say, this is what I've actually managed to manifest in this last year. The bootcamp again is on here. So we've got all of my courses, YouTube channel link, the Global Networking Hub, the Masterclass, the 5-day challenge, the bootcamp, the Spiritual Awakening Summit, my media tour. So you can get into this bootcamp here. It's self-study. I do have the orientation into the mastermind. YouTube challenges in a box method is the bonus. I'm going to redo that. And here is a video. I have videos for everything, but the orientation is in here as well. All right. I am going to wrap this. I think that we are good. Let me know if you've had an aha, a takeaway, if you've got any more questions. I want to make sure. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I could go on forever. I've literally got so many more slides, but I think you get the point. Hang on. Let me just take a drink and go to the excuse me. Barbara says, reclaim, excuse me, sorry. Reclaim your radiance, where Barbara says, it's really amazing how many spiritually minded women, people struggle to make consistent income and have to go through some major life lessons in order to master that. Yeah. Isn't it? Me too. Yeah. Thank you for that. 100%. Hang on. I've got a flask. Like I said, I made it up before I went on my walk this morning. So it's cold. My drink's cold. I'm trying to make it a little bit warm. I deserve a drink, right? 4 hours, guys. 4 hours. I've got so much more to share with you guys. I really have. We'll talk about it in our one-on-one calls. But thank you. Hyacinth says, wow, I deeply connect with your story because it mirrors so much of my own journey. Does it? I know the divorce and stuff, and so when we are a version of ourselves and we're willing to share our story, then our soul tribe mirror that. And so I wanted to manifest my twin flame, and I've got my other YouTube channel that had loads of slides all about that. And so going on the dating journey, but being in a marriage and how that is, and growing apart, like all of those areas I resonate with. And so thank you. I really appreciate that. Barbara says, reclaim your radiance, says, yes, the resemblance in the card is absolutely, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. And it's my favorite deck of cards too, as I mentioned before. Thank you. So let me know, what has been your takeaway? You guys know the biggest takeaway, and I'm going to finish 6 minutes early. All right. So, well, not early. I mean, I'm going to just take your questions for 6 minutes if you've got some, or your takeaway. Barbara from Reclaim Your Radiance says, I identify more as a recovering people pleaser. Recovered myself, but perfectionism definitely can be a major stumbling block to progress. It's self-sabotage. Yeah, it's self-sabotage. And so I don't teach getting over perfectionism. I just mention it, right? So much, guys, I've got so much to share with you. I'll share with you in the bootcamp and the mastermind. Hyacinth says, my takeaway, awesome. My mission is essential. Yes. Now YouTube has inspired me as the go-to platform to share my message, build my community, and achieve financial freedom. And YouTube ads, and so I will share that with you. The YouTube ads I've actually been doing on my laptop today. I went back into the teaching because I'm getting ready to share with you guys how to write your book, and I will mention the key search terms that you have and positioning yourself on Amazon so that you will be in the position to run ads when you're ready. And so it just is lit. It's just amazing. And so YouTube ads and Amazon ads are going to be our way to automate, but I had to make sure that I'm ironing out the creases, I'm failing forward, then we automate our business, right? It's not like we take a year to do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge over and over and over again, and automate and leverage. So by the time the end of the year, it could be 6 months, it could be a year, whatever it is, you're fully automated and scheduled out and just going. It doesn't happen yesterday. And I don't promise things yesterday, but what I do say is build it one step at a time. one step at a time, right? This is taking me you guys are going to do it a lot faster than what I am. If you show up on the Q&A, if you show up and you do the work in the boot camp, it is a lot. It's a lot of work. Everybody will tell me, gosh, that's a lot. But what you get out of it, and you've got me to model and have a template. I didn't have that. You guys have never seen this model out there. I literally cried tears. I literally scraped my knees to bring this model. Barbara says, takeaway, sticking to my guns as far as vulnerability and authenticity are concerned in relation to attracting soul clients and tribe, and letting go of things that don't resonate. That part, yes, I 100% agree. I really appreciate all the time that you guys have spent with me. You guys schedule in. Barbara, I know that you've tried to schedule your session in. I'm really excited. I serve you guys. I ask you for so much information on the intake forms because I serve you guys. And Hyacinth, I'm looking forward to our call and bringing you into the mastermind. I just am like, yes, let's do it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate spending time with you today. Cannot wait for the one-on-one. Yes! Guys, I love you. I think you're amazing. Go to the soullegacyacademy.com. Buy the book I only made, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. You can't go wrong with that. Please do leave me a review on Amazon when you've got partway through the book, a couple of chapters through the book. I would love it. And if you've got the Kindle, you want Alexa to read it out to you, it's powerful. But and join the book club, right? Join the book club, body up together. Hopefully you guys are going to body up. Even on the replay, come to the book club and body up. I can't be your buddy like all year round, and I can't be your buddy in like your time zone, but I can be your buddy on the calls, all right? And I can be your spiritual business and book marketing model mentor. Yeah, I can get a name, man. Share this out with someone. Invite them in. All right, guys, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed 4 hours. Literally, I could go. VIP days are the thing. They really are. So yeah, I love you. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much for everybody who's watching on the replay. I know that everybody can't make it live. And my job now is to say, actually, we've got the monthly call. I've got a co-author call. Let's invite more people to the next masterclass. This was epic. I love you guys. And I'll see you soon. All right. Take care. Bye. We're right on time. Right on time. Yes. Take care.